late and you're on time. What the fuck? You can't even be late when you say you're going to be late?
Stop me if you heard this one before. They didn't have the part to fix it. So
oh, yeah,
now I have a hole in my ceiling in my kitchen. And they'll be back, tomorrow or the next
day. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Well,
yeah. My manager is building a pool, and it's taken 18 months. And mine took, almost a year. And, really, from the time we had our first meeting, it took a year. And anyway, man, it just sucks to try to get anything done right now. Try to get your dog a fucking vet appointment right now. You just can't do it unless it's an emergency.
That's weird.
Anyway, well, it's good to see. For some reason, this is actually out there in the world, Amy. I'm not joking. I actually read something. It's like, I guess people just cared about their pets now because of this fucking COVID or something. Because the veterinarians, you can't get in. You can't. I mean, literally,
that's
like,
so weird.
I used to schedule it like the day before, and now my dog, both the big dogs, need a well check, and I had to schedule a month out. Anyway, that's not good conversation. Gage, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't see. Oh, there you are. I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there. And it's a busy day today, which is good. Tomorrow is fucking bonkers. So I'm gonna try not to be super hungover. And but it's good to see you. How is the budding family doing?
Good. I felt some really strong kicks today. It was the first day that we actually felt some real kicks.
Nice.
Oh, that's
nice.
So exciting.
Or I should say the first day that I really felt the kicks.
Or kicks from that particular human, because I'm sure you've been kicked before by others. I know I have. I'll tell you that much. Vinnie, I gotta tell you, I have missed you, buddy. First of all, your haircut is awesome. I have been watching your drum videos. I try to like them, but I get in the habit of not liking. So if I go by too fast and I didn't like it, I do want you to know I see them. I liked the Green Day cover. It's really good.
Thank you.
How have you been, man?
Living life. Finished finals last week, so it's Christmas break now, and trying to just live life. It's tough, but I'm doing it.
Dude, you're not as peppy as you normally are. What can we do?
I'm on new medication. I have ADHD and I'm on Vyvanse, so they bumped up my milligrams. So I'm like totally a zombie now. I'm just out of it. But
does it now? Okay, so a question for you would be, because we just did this to so Casey's the same way, and we just medicated our youngest. And are trying to find what the right dosage. He is not even close to being zombie yet. In fact, we just feel like they're giving us some kind of fucking salt pill or something, because it's not fucking changing shit. We'll get there. And I'm joking, and I don't mean to. I'm not making it funny. I really like. Are you cool with that? Because it helps you to focus and things, and you just sort of know that you need it to get through school and shit.
Yeah. Because with me, my ADHD is like off the charts. So like, if I don't take my medication, then I'm like wild, and that's why you see me on the show. I'm preppy and stuff. I don't take my medication, but now that school's done, but my mom still wants me to take it, so I'm just trying to get in a habit of taking it, and it just makes me feel like this. But I'm used to it now.
Yeah, she just fucking trying to get him to cook. That's what's going on. She's like saying, "Well, he's gonna." It's like you're not gonna be thinking up shit to do. She's gonna get
Vinnie, why don't you take your medicine and learn to cook?
Well, dude, in all seriousness, it's good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for Vinnie. Thanks for sticking with the show, even though we haven't seen you in a while, man.
School was just kicking my ass. That's the biggest thing. School was just on me, and it was so rough to even get on. But now I'm done. It's party time.
You're all done.
Dude, my first semester in college, I took 18 hours, and I owned my own business. And I literally thought I wasn't going to make it. I didn't think I was going to make it. I didn't think I was going to live. I didn't think that I wasn't sleeping, and I didn't drink yet. That probably would have helped, but maybe not. I don't know. Don't start drinking.
But look at you now.
But look at me now. Fuck, just a fine specimen of a man. Drinking whatever I want. I drink whatever I want to now, Eric. Unless
you can hardly tell.
Man, I don't know what that means, but I bet that was supposed to hurt a smidge.
But it was supposed to hurt.
No, never.
The fuck was that? Fucking just Jake Paul'd the shit out of me. Jesus Christ.
Man,
all
that
right,
guy.
Let's play this little game we call 5 questions, guys. Good luck.
And now, Jared Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jared Reddick.
Let's see what this applause. Oh, fuck, I did the wrong thing. Here, blend this in later.
The pile of unicorn shit on the top of our screen.
Eric, are you doing the disappearing thing? Like, did y'all see that one going? You know how they do the thing where thing? There's one going
he
around
did that the other night.
This guy does it to a cockatoo, and it is the funniest shit. Like, that bird is literally freaking the fuck out, just going, "What the fuck?" Like, this poor bird cannot figure it out, and that's what I do on the toilet.
I hope somebody does that with a parrot that can say, "What the fuck?" Like,
That
what the
would
fuck?
be really amazing, right? Welcome to 5 questions, everybody. I am super stoked about this one. You guys know him, you love him. He is the reason we have a tiebreaker. And once again, last week it bit even the new thing, even the new. It's like if Tom Brady got knocked unconscious and the Tom Brady rule was a thing. That's what happened to Jason Aylesworth last week. Give it up for Jason, everybody. Batting 600. He's batting 600. Good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Doing good. Actually, the tiebreaker question went in my favor. It screwed Milman last time. I know Eric was disappointed, but
that's right.
It actually worked out. But I think the last couple of times before that, it's I had the choice to answer the question. I got it wrong. I had the choice to pass the question off, and it got answered right. So I couldn't win either way.
That's right.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a story.
All right, dum-dum. Just relax. You're only here for one question.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later.
You can hang out. Go ahead. How come you're talking like that? Are you do you have a little cold or something?
I haven't been feeling great today, but everything's fine. Everybody fucking chill out. I'm going to be fine. And if I'm not fine, circle of life, man.
Fact.
Jesus Christ.
Then we know who to blame.
And again, you don't think, and Amy, you don't think everybody on the show, besides, well, me and you, is fucking sensitive? Actually, Casey's not even sensitive. It's just these two fuckers.
I'm not being sensitive. I think I'm handling my impending death very well.
You could have just
you're
said,
really
honestly,
good.
This could have been I asked you as a friend, I said, "Hey, are you all right? Like, your voice a little fucked up. Like, you feeling all right?" You could have been like, "You know what? I haven't been feeling all that great today. Carry on with the show, Jarrett."
Oh, okay.
But this could
Try
be
it
his
again,
last
then.
show.
Yeah, if he dies, then we just go through co-hosts every 2 years.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, I think honestly, we'd just be like Howard Stern, like it when Artie, when his nose exploded, you fuck it. Just not replace him, Just have guests every once in a while. Jimmy Fallon can Jimmy Kimmel can come on every once in a while, talk about dicks.
That's a fair enough trade.
Yeah. Anyway, no, nothing's gonna happen to my Eric. I love my co-host. He is the bee's knees. All right, guys. Here is the thing. We already introduced one person. Let's introduce the next person. Right next on my list, 1 win out of 20 attempts. He is batting 50. Now,
mathematicians have been working for years to try to find a number low enough to describe your winning percentage.
It's literally like this batting average does not fucking exist.
It's well below the Mendoza line.
But we love him, love him, love him. Vinnie Cataldo is back, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Vinnie. Good to see you, pal. I'm glad finals are over, and welcome back to the show, buddy.
It's good to be back, and I'm happy I saw Spider-Man over the weekend. Cried twice, and No spoilers. Just gonna say it was
No,
amazing.
no. But I have heard people. I literally heard a bunch of my musician friends have seen it, and I'm just catching all of that, on the internet and stuff. Have not heard one bad thing about it, except for my our cleaning lady who sarcastically said it was okay, and then she had to explain her sarcasm. But I have heard more than one person say it's the best movie they've ever seen. Like,
Fact,
ever.
It is 100%.
Man.
Yeah.
Definitely the biggest COVID movie and third biggest movie of all time. I know that because Kate posted that earlier. So give it up for Kate for posting that. All right. Up next, he's batting 200. He's only played 5 times, but he's won 1 of those. And he's an expectant father who got kicked in the nuts today. Give it up for Gage Strickland, everybody. Can you just turn the iPad down a smidge?
Gage, I agree with your name, by the way. I was thinking that the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look up to see which one of them came out first.
I did the exact
because
same thing.
Yep.
Was having a hard time.
What are we talking about?
His name is Off-Brand Joe Dirt.
Oh, shit. I didn't even look at your names today. Damn it. And Vinnie put the worst 5 questions player ever. That's accurate. Kidney Pete, of course. I like that Jason pays tribute to the one who can't speak unless, he speaks through Eric. And
Yes, I can.
It's like Towley meets Monty Python women. Yeah, that's what the impression is.
Or Mr.
What's
Hanky.
the poop? Yeah, the poop. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Hanky.
Howdy ho, Kyle. Gosh, you smell a lot like flowers. All right, guys. This is gonna be great. We are talking about the movie Run, Ronnie Run. Is everybody able to write down your answers this evening? Yes, thank you guys for doing that. And everybody with your Jarrett Goes to the Movies pads. Oh my God, that's a fucking hat. Is that what you're writing onto? That's a fucking hat trick, guys.
Oh, that's cool.
I need a new one. I got like 3 pages.
Yep. I was gonna say that. I'm running low too.
We'll do another send out of those things.
I'm not running low.
Hadn't been here in a while.
It's just an entire notebook filled with no fucking clue, no fucking clue. I don't
Basically.
know, no fucking clue.
All right, guys. Well, this should be a fun one. This is a very difficult movie to ask questions about. I will just say this.
Yep.
As I was watching it, I just was like, I could either get so insanely deep into it to where basically if you're not Josh Millman or Jason or somebody who takes like copious notes, you're fucked. I'm going to try not to do that, but we'll just have to fucking see what happens, guys.
Even if you give me easy ones, I'm not gonna know them.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe from this movie, this might be it for you.
Let's just see how it goes.
I thought
All right,
baseball
guys?
was gonna be my movie, and look what happened.
All right, guys. This movie, of course, done from we'll be discussing this during the podcast, but a character from the Mr. Show franchise, and Bob Odenkirk plays a character who does inventions. What is the name of the product that he is doing the infomercial for that gets rid of food? Because what's the thing that overwhelms the kitchen more than food?
Oh, yeah.
What is the name of this invention?
There was the fish magician later on.
Just all of that. When he starts naming those things off, but each one of them comes with an explanation of what it does. Nobody bought it.
Nobody bought it.
I'm crying laughing at that point. Okay. Gage Strickland, what did you say?
Fooderator?
All right. Jason?
Yeah, Fooderator.
And Vinny?
Can we just skip me because you know what I wrote?
Yeah, that's
Man,
right.
you gotta say
Fooderator. It's the Fooderator. And we do this thing, Vinny, we've talked about this on the show before, but we do this thing when we play this one game with when our little group is together. We play this game and you have to sing the song lyrics to this, but it's certain lyrics, and you got to get people to guess the title. And Amy's husband Derek can't fucking do it. Like he tries as he might, and every once in a while, but for the most part, he'll just be like, well, yeah, and we'll go, yeah, that's right. And everybody,
Yay, Derek!
yay! All right, good one. Oh God, we haven't done that in a while. We need to.
You should give him. You should give him "Baby Got Back," and then he can just start with, "Oh my God."
Yeah. Well, they start you at a point in the song, and some of them, even though you know the song, are really hard. And the one that gets us every time is Mr. Brightside, because where they start you, we just start at the front of the song and then are just singing.
And I'm calling a cab, and I'm
the whole thing. All right, guys. Question number 2. It's 2 of you guys have 1. 1 of you guys has 0. If you guys are just joining us, guess which player has 0. All right. Here we go. Question number 2 will, of course, be about the movie Run, Ronnie, Run. In the movie Run, Ronnie, Run, how many times has Ronnie been married to his ex-wife? At the making of this movie, how many times have he and Tammy been married? Making of this movie, how many times have they been married? All right, Jason, what you got?
3.
Vinny.
Something like 4.
All right, and Gage.
3.
Answer is 3. I'm proud of you for having an answer, Vinny, that had I not said at the making of the movie, we could fucking claim that was right, because they were going to get married a 4th time. All right, guys, in a related question, what is Ronnie's actual first name? What is Ronnie's
These are all
actual
good questions, Jared. I don't know what you were so worried about.
This is a fucking hard question. This is such a sidebar line or whatever that, like, this was if everybody did the thing like last week where they just got every single question right. But Jason sort of looked confident, and I'm surprised at that, but I don't know why. We'll see what happens. All right, Vinny, what was Ronnie's actual first name?
Fuck if I know. I said Ronald.
Okay, good guess, actually. Gage?
So I took this amount of notes, and that was one of them. Ronwell Quincy Dobbs.
Okay. And Jason, what did you say?
Yeah, Ronwell.
It was Ronwell, guys. Little known fact, there is a sequel to this, and his name's Ronnie Quincy Dobbs. The sequel to it is called RQD2. All right, guys.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Thanks. I didn't know his middle name was Quincy, but I really appreciate that volley. All right.
Good job.
Jason and Gage have 3, Vinny with 0. And we're going into question number 4.
I want to see the little squirrels on inside your head as you started putting that together, because you only had about a second and a half.
Yeah, it wrote itself. The biggest challenge in that joke was if I had fucked it up. Like, if I would have stuttered during it, it wouldn't have been funny at all.
Yeah, you don't want to pull a Sean.
Nail it, right? So I took a moment, I took a breath, and I just okay, think about what you're saying.
We can do this.
Thing, I was gonna say that his next child was called, instead of Junior, but the sequel thing hit me. Anyway, the squirrel died. All right, guys. Question number 4 will, of course, be about the movie Run, Ronnie Run. If you watch the very first part of this movie, they give this answer to you guys. How many randomly placed curse words are in this film? How many randomly placed curse words are in this film? This is literally said to you right when the movie starts.
Yeah, right after that toilet enjoys eating a big old deuce.
Big old poopy.
Licks his lips and everything.
That was from the original movie.
It's so funny because you just see popcorn taking a pee, and it's I don't know.
It's all sloshing around.
Jesus. All right, Gage, what you got?
23.
Okay. Jason?
17.
All right. Vinny?
100.
The answer is 17, guys. Jason Aylesworth, Kidney Pete. Jason, of course, going with the strategy of getting the answers to the questions correct. All right, Jason with 4, Gage with 3, Vinny with 0. Remember, it's anybody's game. I think this one is pretty much decided how it's going to go, unless Jason, unless the ceiling in his kitchen collapses. All right, this will, of course, be the last question for me, guys. Question number 5 coming at you. Here we go. All right, guys. In the movie Run, Ronnie, Run. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find a good one in my notes for you. All right, here we go.
I'm picking out a question for you.
Man,
Not an ordinary question will do.
No. I've got a really hard one, but I don't think I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. Okay, I got one for you. Okay, guys. In the movie Run, Ronnie, Run, when Tammy shows back up at his house there in Hollywood, he is dressed in a powder blue tuxedo. That powder blue tuxedo is very reminiscent of the powder blue tuxedo that Jeff Daniels wears in the movie Dumb and Dumber. What Bowling for Soup album has the 4 band members in the exact same outfit on the cover? What Bowling for Soup album
Mic drop from Vinny
has all 4 band members in the exact same tux on the cover? All right. Jason, you're up first.
Drunk Enough to Dance.
All right, Vinny.
There's a poster literally right in front of me with it. I mean, you can't tell me that I'm cheating with that, but it's Drunk Enough to Dance.
That's not cheating. Gage, what'd you get?
Drunk Enough to Dance.
Yeah, it's Drunk Enough to Dance, guys. Good job. All right, guys, here's where we are at right now. Jason, you've got 5. Gage, you've got 4. Vinny, you've got 1. Gage, really the only chance you have is to answer this next question correct and hope that Jason gets it wrong. As of right now, Vinny, you're going to be facing one of these 2 guys in the at the end, and that gives you a shot to win this fucker. So let's get to Eric's off on attention game.
Dallas, by way of Austin musician Rhett Miller, has a song Doraville featured in Run, Ronnie, Run, or at least in the end credits. What's the name of Rhett's band, which has released 12 studio albums since 1994? Good friend of the show, good friend of Jarrett's, good friend of mine, Rhett Miller. What's the name of his band?
He has been on Rockstar Dad's show. We have threatened to write songs together. He's a rockstar dad. And
he does streaming shows that I tune into occasionally.
He is he's quite a songwriter. It's Rhett.
He is. Hosts songwriting workshops.
Interesting.
In his van.
Maybe I should take one of those. Maybe not. All right, guys. Hopefully you've all got your answers written down. He's going to basically what he's asking is, what is Rhett Miller, the front man for Rhett Miller is the, let me take that again. Rhett Miller. Rhett Miller is the front man for what Denton based, but now what is it called? Lake Dallas? Highland Creek. Island Village? No.
No.
They live over in he lives anyway.
Lake Highlands.
Lake Highlands is where the band lives, but he lives in somewhere else. All right, Gage, what did you say?
Nickelback?
Oh, that's okay. Jason?
I went with Steve's brother, the Rhett Miller band.
Okay, good. He does do solo stuff, but without the word band. Vinny, any chance you got this?
Who?
No, he's not in the
this.
Who.
I'll take this, Eric. It is the Old 97s. Old
97s is correct, Jarrett.
They also appear in a movie that we've done recently on here. Remember that? Like, doesn't Jennifer Aniston do The Breakup? That's right. She goes to see them or whatever. It's actually very interesting having a conversation with Rhett Miller because, from a like a popularity of our band's standpoint, like I feel like we're on a pretty level playing field. As far as the star power of like where that dude goes and shit, he tells a story on his episode of the Rockstar Dad Show where he's at dinner with Tom Brady, and I'm just like,
Jesus.
I got fucking nothing on that, Like, I mean, I sent a text to D. Snyder the other day, but I don't think that's even remotely close.
His lyrics are
Lee
right over there on my
Majors.
nightstand.
What? Are you being serious? D. Snyder? All right, guys. Here's where we're at. Jason, you've got 5. Gage, you've got 4. Vinny, you got 1. Gage, really what you can do is sit back and bask in the fact that you did not get the least amount of questions correct tonight. So you're safe in that. You don't get a win, but that's fine. Vinny, here's the deal. You are going to get a chance to answer Sean's super hard question. If you get it right, you win. If you do not get it right, you're not a loser, but you didn't win, did you? All right, guys, here we go.
It's time for Sean's question. It's the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
All right, Vinny, we got 3 categories: Fuzz, Elimination Island, or Surprise Question, number 3. Fuzz, Elimination Island, Surprise Question, number 3.
It's Christmas. Surprise question number 3.
Okay, this one's off the top of my head. In the movie Run, Ronnie Run, there's 2 people that are in the movie that are also a part of a SNL type comedy show that back in the 90s. What's the name of that show?
I almost asked a question related to this.
I thought you were going to.
Did you? So just to clarify, he's saying that there's another sketch comedy show
Similar to
back in the
SNL.
90s, and 2 of its cast members are in this movie.
I'm gonna take just a wild guess. It was like the chimney sweep. I don't know. It's a wild guess. I don't know.
For a second there, I thought he was going to get it. I don't know why.
No, he's asking the name of the show, not the character.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show from the 90s?
Fuck if I know.
Damn.
There
I
he
thought
is.
you were going to get it, buddy. Kids in the Hall.
Yep.
Scott Thompson and
Dave Foley.
were in this. Well, Jason, you didn't need the goddamn tiebreaker tonight, and that's when it always works out for you. Congratulations on that win. You are 1 win away. Nope, you're not. Yes, from another participation. I got to get these fucking things.
You're 1 win away from fuck you.
Hey, guys, great game. Vinny, like I said, it's great to see you. Gage, super strong showing there. Just he etched you out right there.
Surprise.
At the end. And you know what, Jason, great game as fucking always. Y'all all take care of yourselves. I'm certain that I won't talk to you before. So Merry Christmas to you all, if that's your thing. If not, just happy holidays. And remember, we absolutely could not do this show without you. And we appreciate you so very much. So that and yeah, that's it, guys. So we'll see y'all soon. Okay, y'all be good.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas,
Bye.
guys. She probably doesn't want us to. She's actually wrapping presents, so I think we should just go ahead.
What?
Let me just tell her we're gonna start. Just hang out.
The
here.
movie she chose.
Combo offer.
I know her opinion is the one that I want to hear from the most.
She ended up with 2
You think-
movies in a row, by the way.
You think that you have the rest of us pegged on this?
I think I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah. I don't want
I'm
to
trying
be
to be less-
overconfident here, but
I'm trying to be less obvious about it.
Hmm.
You know, you don't want to blow your whole load right at the beginning of the show.
Let's do it. She'll just be small.
that's
That's fine.
embarrassing.
We're gonna
Ladies
start.
and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
Hi. Thank you. Oh wow, Casey's here. She is oh sorry guys.
Casey blessing us with her presence.
All right. She has
wrapping her presence.
Casey's here.
By the way, guys, I have to just tell you guys this before I even intro the show. You know, I get like I'm very lucky. I get a lot of proud dad moments. You know, my kids are all fucking great. They're all really, doing awesome things with their lives and kicking some ass. But today I go, hey, Everett, like, I think your mom is in there, wrapping presents. So don't go in there. And he goes, well, I could go in there and help. And then he just goes like that, right? And literally 10 seconds later, Sean walks in and I go, there he is. And Everett goes, coming in.
Oh my goodness.
It was so awesome. And like, I've had so many of those with him recently where I'm just making this little me.
You forget that he walked outside yesterday and went, woo!
Oh yeah, because anytime like it's cold, that's what I do. I like walk out, woo! Like, and both my sons now do that, which is amazing. But it's just he really got me with the coming in, because that's a Jarrett Reddick from.
I'm proud of that guy.
Yeah.
When he sits down to talk to his teacher and goes, "Here's the thing."
Yeah. Yeah. I'm certain that will 100% interest. I don't know how that one can't, because I say that. Well, obviously you guys know I say it a lot.
No, he's going to he's going to sit down with his teacher and be like, here's the thing. I'm the most famous person in this room.
In this class. Yeah.
In this class. So give me what I want.
I am easily the most famous person in this school.
Yes.
And, like, I will say that I did say that I was the second most famous person at the podcast the other night. And I don't know. I think I might give Thomas a run for his money actually on that.
I think you guys are pretty, yeah.
We could be neck and neck,
I think
we
so.
Might be. Who knows?
Is there a ranking? Is there a website where we can look up?
Yeah, it's called Instagram.
Let's start it.
There is. There's a thing too,
so
like
we can all be on the top.
On your birthday.
Hot or not?
I think I'm pretty high up on my birthday as far as like the most famous people.
Anybody ever have the balls put their picture on Hot or Not?
Hot or
Jarrett.
Not?
Yeah,
What?
you guys might be too old. You did it?
You have about 100 more followers than he does on Instagram.
Were you hot or were you not?
My shit's about to blow up too, because my TikTok.
Yeah, but Bowling for Soup has like twice as many.
That's true.
Throwing that out there.
Oh yeah, thanks, babe.
Sorry, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah. That's like when you take like any parts of my fame, and you could play whatever card you want, and I'd be like, yeah,
Tell me you've never heard of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, you've never heard of Chuck E. Cheese.
I want to know, Eric, were you hot or not?
No, I was not.
Like,
but I think it's mostly
you were
dudes
in
on that
agreement?
thing.
Sean, do you
I
have
mean,
some
it was pretty.
information for us?
I do.
Okay, sorry to cut you guys off, but we're talking about.
I was hot, even though I was like 13 years old. So I'm sure it was the same weird fucking dude.
That's
Probably
prime
what
real
made you
estate for
hot.
that site.
Sean, what you got?
Well, over the last 12 revolving months.
Yeah.
I don't know what this number means, but let's just say it's a number.
Okay.
You have 17.
Okay.
And he has 41.
Oh my God.
What?
He is very popular in Oklahoma, Connecticut, Oregon, North Carolina, Arizona.
What the fuck is this that you're on?
Google Analytics. Google Analytics.
Yeah.
Red states and blue states. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Do Bowling for Soup then. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Stand by.
Okay. I can wait. Next, I'm not gonna get Dr. Filled here. Fuck this, man. I
Now
don't
these will
get-
Nobody
just be
wants to get
organic
filled.
organic search
Okay.
results. These won't
So,
be any.
As I said
paid-
earlier,
Hey,
my
babe,
new doctor
the
is a
graph
female.
changed dramatically.
So according to this, his number is 10. And your Bowling for Soup number is 58
Okay, I'm going to take that one.
Yeah.
Let's average the
How do
two.
Chuck E. Cheese
versus Thomas.
Thomas Ian Nicholas.
versus Jarrett?
Chuck E. Cheese.
This is
versus
like celebrity
American Pie.
death match.
Now do Eric
I would say
Dillo.
bring that back.
I got to get out of this.
Okay, ready?
Okay,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
Thomas is -1. Chuck E. Cheese is 73.
Okay.
Nobody knows what number
Now
means.
do Phineas and Ferb. No, I'm
No.
kidding. I don't want to do this anymore. Welcome to Jericho's the Movies. We're talking about the movie Run, Ronnie Run. If this is your first episode, welcome. We don't normally do 10 minutes before I introduce the movie. However, we will now talk for about 30 to 45 minutes before we ever talk about the movie. I actually don't know if that's
What movie
true.
is it?
We are doing Run, Ronnie, Run today. And I will say this before I go around the circle of people on the screen. I didn't know what this movie was. I had no idea. And I'm a big Mr. Show fan. Like I have all the DVDs. I have watched them, from time to time. And sometimes I quote their skits, and my favorite line from the show is "Not you, Gleek Glop, you're one of the good ones." And that's a pretty good one. That one's about racism, by the way. And I was so happy when this movie started and I realized what it was, that it was Ronnie Dobbs from the show Mr. Show. Mr. Show was a thing on HBO, and what actually brought Tenacious D to the world. That show would actually be the show that broke Jack Black, which is pretty fucking cool, right?
If you like Jack Black, it's cool. If you wish he would fuck off forever.
I feel
Who
like
doesn't like Jack Black?
I feel like
I
Jack
didn't
Black,
say I don't.
I feel like Jack
Just
Black is
if
like
you
the
don't-
Foo Fighters of actors, like
They had the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
nobody
They had Dave
doesn't
Grohl
like
in their
him.
movie.
Yeah, nobody doesn't like Jack Black, right?
Foo Fighters are kind of overrated.
True.
Yeah, but nobody doesn't like them.
Yeah, nobody's like fuck Dave Grohl.
We actually
Like,
wanted-
nobody feels that way.
We
Everyone-
wanted to
That's
name our album "Sorry for Partying." Nobody doesn't like the Foo Fighters, and we went through the whole rigmarole of trying to get permission and all of that. And then by the time we went through all of that, I didn't think it was funny anymore. So we went for "Sorry for Partying," and then another band released a song called "Sorry for Party Rockin'," and everybody thought we fucking stole it from them, as if "Sorry for Partying" was created by, somebody in the house tonight, whoever that is. Motherfucker.
LMFAO, yeah.
Welcome
No,
everybody
LFO.
to
no LFO.
dude,
Just I can't even get into that. Okay.
LFO. Who's
But
that?
they sing that
Kids
summertime.
on the
Abercrombie.
block had a bunch of hits.
Abercrombie
God.
and bitch.
That is a song. I swear to God, this is true. That song. Anytime I ever hear it on the radio, I will listen to it until it is over, and it fucking gets worse every time. It's just like one of those things that I have to just listen to just to make sure. 'Cause I
Same.
loved it when it came out and I was a kid.
There's so many lines and songs, like that, to where, and I can think of it. I can think of several, and only a few of them are mine, but where they just have a line in the song where you're just like, how the fuck did that line get through all of the way? Because first of all, those dudes probably didn't write that song, so it had to get past the writer, them, the producer, the label, whatever. But Chinese food makes me sick as a
That's not the
goddamn
one.
lyric. No, that's fucking terrible.
There's a lyric out of
It's-
nowhere that it says, "There was a good man named Paul Revere. I feel much better, baby, when you're near." Like what? They just had a
I
fucking
thought-
rhyme here.
I
It
thought
was
William
all
Shakespeare.
Monroe.
I thought William Shakespeare wrote a whole bunch of sonnets. Was kind of odd and misplaced
sonnet.
as well.
You're right.
Sonnets.
Everybody
'Cause
needs
these-
to still listen to that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys write us at jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com and let us know what your
What's
review.
Your favorite line of Summer Girls? by
No,
LFO?
or just a line from a song that just absolutely drives you bonkers when you hear it. You're just like, I mean, mine, I'll take here's two like big songs.
I have
can't
one.
Stand the on 5 o'clock somewhere where he goes, but I don't care. You know, like I'm just like,
It's like the chorus.
I know it's such a throwaway line. It's so fucking terrible. And then what's the George Strait one I don't like? Where he does the line. It's just such like it just like they didn't try anymore. Anyway, fuck it.
I don't know.
What were you gonna say,
I'm
Eric?
surprised that you didn't. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was
No,
surprised
you.
that Jared didn't talk about cornrows, row my boat.
You know,
it's the
yeah.
gonna feel like a winner when I.
Oh God damn it! Gonna feel like a winner when I lay you down and love you right.
Now do it in the voice.
I feel like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Have you ever done that at karaoke? Have we ever pulled that?
Yeah,
off?
I did it, but it hurts my throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, after a while. You want to talk about the time I tried to do Kelly Clarkson at karaoke?
Forever.
Such a god!
In
Yeah.
front of everybody?
You can bring your goat next time.
I could do it I could do it at Eric's karaoke place because you can change the key and I could take it down a couple of notches. But I got up there and I'm like, here's the thing. We started as friends and like, I'm killing it right. And then I'm like, fuck. This was a mistake.
One time he decided to do the Michelle Branch song, Everything. And I was like, yeah, you'd actually sing that really well. That's a good one. And then realized immediately when he got up there that he does not know the words to Everything by Michelle
that's
Branch.
true. I did
like
not.
At all.
No, I know. Because you're everything. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Well, welcome everybody to the program. As I was saying, if you're new, we're glad you're here. We do this every single week. It's fucking crazy that we've managed to do this now for over 5 years. And over 6 years. Are you serious? What am I doing with my life?
6?
Yeah. Fucking
That's
crazy.
too many,
man.
guys.
That's too many years, guys.
I'm out.
God,
We
Jared
gonna
was in his
retire?
mid-40s when this thing started.
You're not wrong. Oh no. Usually when you make fun of my age, you actually say something that's just ridiculous. That right there, that's true. And I'm not sure which hurts worse. Like
I just like to mix it up.
Yeah, I get it. Well, welcome everybody. Eric, are you guys ready for the holidays? Are you guys are the presents wrapped by the chimney with care and
With the
excited and
hopes
stuff?
Yeah, well, I keep thinking surely we must be done buying presents, right?
Well, you may be, but don't call me Shirley.
Very good.
Thank you.
But then every day there's something else. And so Kelsey's really, really good about making Christmas very special for the kids, as mothers are wont to be. If it was just up to me, they'd each get a $500 Target gift card under the tree. And they can go pick out their own bullshit. So Kelsey makes sure that doesn't happen.
I want to stop you there because I started thinking about this today. I really did. I started thinking about Casey was out all day. And you know what? Here's the thing. She's way ahead on the shopping already, but she's got to go out and see it all. And
I got to even it
make
out.
sure that everybody's got the same amount of stuff and all this. And even though our kids are 19, 16, they'll be 19, 16, and then 9. I'm like, the two older kids don't give a shit anymore. She still wants the level playing field.
Are you joking?
Anyway,
Jack sent me
hold
the
on.
most specific list I've ever seen in my life. It was beautiful.
And the thing is that I'm with you, Eric. I sat there today and I was like, man, she's working so hard on this. And I'm certain that it's making her feel great. And, and the kids are really going to appreciate it. But, you could just fucking put an envelope on the tree, and just give them the money and send them on their
your
way.
Children. No way. They're the Reddit kids are the most sentimental, traditional, like, remember that one time, this time,
Yeah,
like
that's
kids
true.
in the world. Like it's
Yeah.
the same every time. Emma's like, the stocking is my favorite part. And it's like the same spiel every year.
My daughter is me. I mean, in regards to gifts. And she's not wrong. She literally oh my God, this is the exact kind of chapstick that I love so much.
Yeah, Jack is the dreamer. So he'll go, hey, I'd like some hoodies from this store. Also, I'd like a live monkey. It's $7,000 and he means it. Like he means it.
All right. Well, I cut you off, Eric, only to say that I think that's a dad thing. There's all these memes that go around that are like, because and we actually just talked about this last week. Like my kids will all open up their presents and like everybody directs all the thank yous to Casey until the end. At where it's just like, and then, you know, and sometimes she has to give them the little nudge of like, and daddy paid for all of this, you know, like maybe go give him a hug as well, you know, but anyway, we're very appreciative of our wives, but she's trying to make the thing awesome and great. And how's that going, buddy?
It's going great, but actually Casey brought up where I was leading with this is that just when you think everything has been even leveled to where it couldn't, well, maybe Kelsey's on Instagram and gets influenced by some influencer to buy a $29 thing for one of the kids. Doesn't matter the thing, doesn't matter the kid, but once that transaction happens, then we can look forward to 2 more $29 transactions to even out. But then what if during the course of that third $29 transaction, she sees a little $15 thing for the other one? Well, then it swings. The pendulum is constantly swinging back and forth. And so I think maybe by Christmas Eve, all presents should be present, accounted for, wrapped, ready to go. But until then, I'm not counting on us being done with anything. But again, I'm very appreciative of it because, like you said, Jarrett, we had Greer's birthday a couple weekends ago, and
oh my god!
Or actually, this was for Zoe's birthday, and she opened up something, and I said, Zoe, that's an awesome unicorn blanket you got there. Who got that for you? And she was like, you and Kelsey did.
Yeah, you and Kelsey.
Happy to hear that.
But that's a thing, right? I mean, I think that's a thing, and that you know, and I think that we get different kinds of enjoyment out of all of it. It's almost like the whole presents thing. You know, Sean put out a meme the other day, and whether or not he was being facetious or not, I don't know. But you didn't put out a meme? I can put out a meme. Never.
I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah.
No.
What's a meme?
Remove the kids part.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel.
I just don't give a shit. And I've been like this since honestly, before I had kids, it's like my mom would want to buy me something. And it's like, you don't have to buy me anything. Like, and even before, you know, I was super famous. Like if I needed something, I'd go get it. You know, it's nice to have, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. I mean, you want a blue Lambo, you just go get a Lambo, you know?
You know what, though? I will say that, sorry, hold that thought, my mom. I will say this, though. My mom did get me a present that at first I was like, okay, all right, what am I going to do with this thing? It's like, she got online and found like all these crazy old t-shirts of like Steelers and Bowling for Soup and Chuck E. Cheese and made this blanket out of it. And we have fucking used that. It's the best blanket ever, you know? And so maybe I do need these things. But when you're sitting there and people are like, what do you want for Christmas? Don't get me anything. I want to see you guys.
It's also not your love language. Some people, it really is. Like I have a friend and it really is. Like that's the thing. You got the 5 love languages. And if gifts is yours, then you're not supposed to think you're an asshole for it. It just is what it is. It's not mine either or his. And my mom had this light bulb moment. So me and Jarrett started doing stockings last year, but otherwise we've never done Christmas presents. We don't do Valentine's Day. We don't do anniversary. We just do birthdays and Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Yes, but let's put that in perspective. I mean,
I'm talking about exchanging gifts.
I know, but when we want tattoos, we go get them and we take trips, and we'd rather do that, right? I mean, that's the point of all of it.
Yeah, I wasn't calling you out or anything.
No. I know you're not calling me out. I'm helping you explain.
Yeah, it's just not a thing that we do. Like Christmas is, it's about the kids. If there's 3 of them, it's easier. Yeah, we'd rather take a trip or something like that. And my mom had this like devastating moment last year where she just goes, "You don't get any Christmas presents." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "You don't get any Christmas presents." And I was like, "No, I don't get any Christmas presents." And she's like not one, like not from anybody. Like nobody's giving you Christmas presents. And she fucking panicked. Because I started making deals with my parents, like, hey, instead of fucking doing like, here's a $50 gift card for you, and you give me one back, and that whole thing that goes on forever. Let's go have a nice dinner all together. Like, let's go do that instead. Like, let's get all dressed up and go to a steakhouse or, hang out together, spend some time. And I've, pushed that onto my dad and all these things. So it just hit her and it panicked her. And I'm the same way. Like, that's never been like a thing that makes me that excited.
I mean, I appreciate it.
I like to give gifts. I've always loved to give gifts, but getting them isn't like my thing.
That's and look, here's the thing. these gifts. It's nice, and that's the thought and all that. But I really would rather parlay it into something that we could all do together, or something that would, I mean, every once in a while you get, somebody gets you something and you're like, holy shit. Like I've got these screaming goats here that Eric, that Eric and Kelsey got me. And these motherfuckers, I bet they scream 100 times a day. I'm sitting here by myself with the fucking screaming goat. Who knew I needed that? And
You never know.
One time, Amy and Derek bought me hospital soap.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't appreciate a gift. It's just not like it just doesn't bother me if we don't do it.
That's the point. But we're back to kids, and even like I think in Sean's case, wives and parents and stuff like that. He's like, you know what? I'd rather watch you and do that. I get that, and that's the
also with the older kids. They have 2 separate Christmases. Like this year, their mom is doing an experience for them. So I'd be sad if they weren't getting any like gifts here.
Yeah.
And then none
Oh,
there.
yeah.
They're getting to that age though. I mean, 19 and 16, he's going to get a car.
I'm going to send you the list he sent me. It is very specific.
Yeah, no, I get it. But you know what? It's better than just, I don't know what I want,
Absolutely.
What kind of car does he want?
He is getting a, actually, so Coulter, my little nephew, not little anymore, but his twin brother actually bought a car when he was living in New York City in 2018. And basically drove it to LA and realized he doesn't need a car there either. So we're getting a Audi with 16,000 miles on it, and pretty nice car.
That's cool.
And the price is right as well. So that's a bonus. And we know where
it's good to know somebody, because right now it's not like you can get cars anyway.
This is the worst time. Yeah, we're actually in the market to replace Casey's car because we've both discovered it's a fucking death trap. And yeah, and but it's the worst time ever to try and buy a car right now. So
yeah, I accidentally was looking at a used like 2-year-old Yukon XL. I want the captain's chairs in the back because it's a nightmare with 3 kids trying to get them, car seats and boosters and And so I'm like, it's a must have for this. This freaking used car, 2 years old, with 20,000 miles on it, cost more than the first house I ever bought. So you can F right off with this.
Yukon fuck right off.
Yukon
fuck right off, man.
Ass.
I thought that's what you were doing here.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, I honestly, I know prices are inflated and I get why, but it felt like a real kick in the nuts when you scroll down to the price, and I was like, what?
There's no inventory, so it's a seller's market. It's the same as buying a house right now, but they don't have the parts to work on them. They don't have, it's a fucking crazy thing right now. And we're living in a pandemic, Eric. Maybe we don't need new cars. I don't know. But I get it with you with the fucking captain's chairs and the third kid and the that bench seat in the middle is the fucking worst.
Is that what you have? Because Zoe has
you have a bench seat?
And Zoe's got to sit either in the middle between Greer's car seat and Eller's car seat.
Yep.
Or she's got to sit in the back.
Yep.
It's got the half seat, like I'm sure like yours does. And so half of it can be down and half can be up. But then I got to let her in through the back. Like she climbs up into the back of the car.
That's how Emma had to sit in the middle for a while. And what was the last car you had, babe? Murano?
The Murano.
I never took my car with all of them, really.
Just from time to time, she sat in the middle, though, is all I was saying.
Okay. Generally, they all have.
I'm really just making conversation, and it's fine.
No, Jarrett, that never happened. So
normally we let Everett drive. He was 4 at the time, and he drank.
Yeah, I don't remember
he drank
an
a lot.
occasion that all of us were in my car. Like nobody.
Yeah, my first Armada had the bench seat in the middle, and just. It was a goddamn nightmare. Like if you wanted to take anybody to anything, whatever. But anyway, I'm glad you guys are getting close to being ready for Christmas. Amy, let's check in with Amy from quarantine here. You have now been in there almost a week.
I'm halfway done. I'm only halfway done.
halfway done, and you've been in there. I saw Derek and the boys the other night, both masked up and keeping their distance. But
luckily, they're doing good. I mean, I don't think we've passed anything along. So
he's saying you don't come out of there. So you just have everything delivered to the door, or what happens?
I do. I just have everything delivered to me, and he'll just make whatever he's making and deliver it to my little my little tray. That's my drop tray, and he'll just put food on it and then leave.
That's pretty good.
And then I got my little dungeon buddy, JoJo.
I did that for my wife too. And then she would come out.
He went to bed like 9 o'clock, so I had plenty of time.
She would come out late at night and order Hooters and get drunk with her friends on the internet, and I had no idea that was going on. What is your little buddy back there? Is that Lucy in the bed?
No, that's JoJo. That's my dungeon buddy. Oh. Lucy doesn't care about me. Are you kidding? She can fuck off.
Yeah, well, everybody's got one dog that can. We're glad you're doing okay, and that you're halfway done, and hopefully we get to celebrate Christmas as planned.
Yeah.
I hope that is the way that goes.
I do too. I think that would be fun.
Casey went out today and weathered the motherfucking holiday storm. Are you done?
I went to the mall.
Oh
God.
Give it up for her.
With my mom. Shannon Murphy went to a mall today.
Oh my God. Is she okay? Do I need to check in?
He literally said, "You said the store was right outside of Macy's." And I was like, "It's right here, Mom." She's like, "Oh, okay."
She is the sweetest, though. She texted me this morning to see if I needed any company because she and Jarrett are kind of the only people that are safe right now to hang out with. She was like,
I feel like in Heddle, I feel like the more people get it, then
in Heddle,
like one person that hasn't had it that can't hang out with everybody.
It just needs to warm up.
Yeah, it's going to be the opposite.
Let's just have a I had COVID meeting on your patio and just drink.
No, we don't even need it to warm up. We just need to light our little fire flame tubes.
Yeah,
outside.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those things. It's not like you haven't before. You guys are the fucking end of every party that happens over here.
Yeah, that's when we start listening to Limp Bizkit.
That's so true.
Time just flies.
Actually, then Fisher comes back to the house.
Yeah, he makes his second appearance.
Well, do you think you're done, babe, or is there still more stuff to do?
Yes, I'm about done.
Okay,
just minus like the one thing that you have to get.
That I have to get something for you
that we haven't received yet. No, not for me.
No, I got that.
Yeah.
That's in the bag.
So once it's here, then I think I'm done.
Yeah,
I did the thing where because I don't. It's hard to make a dollar amount look even. Whenever one kid asks for more expensive things than the other, this is the truth. It'll be interesting whenever Everett gets older. I think by the time he's old enough to do it, the older kids really will be old enough to just like take a cash deal, maybe. But
a buyout.
I usually just take from his budget and it ends up adding to theirs because he gets so much more stuff because he just wants like little things,
Yeah.
So that way it's not like 9 billion.
Yeah, kids' toys are cheaper than things.
So I give them. They all each have a budget. It's all the same, and eventually I just kind of just start taking from his, start putting it on theirs. So it like looks.
He didn't know.
No.
Well, this year it's going to even out actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I purchased the last gift
that I usually get on Groupon,
and she doesn't know how much I spent, nor will she ever.
I like that.
Who is the gift for?
Right back at you for the rest of them, babe.
It's for Everett, actually. And
it was a last minute necessary evil, though.
It's fine. We'll tell you. We will tell you about it.
Yes.
This is not the time or place. Jonathan, how are things with you, my friend? Now you stayed. You did not come to the last episode because your wife wanted you to what? Go do some Christmas shopping?
Yeah, she asked me weeks ago. Like she wanted me to take off work completely.
And how did that go?
I don't know. I was bored. We went to the farmer's market.
It was lovely.
Some other places.
Will somebody please cut that clip of Sean going? I was bored.
Boring. Just went all around town. We went to Stonebriar on a Friday.
That sounds very teenagery.
It wasn't that bad.
No,
I mean, it was busy, but it wasn't as bad as I thought.
Now, what are the rules when you shop? Because here's the thing: like Casey doesn't really ever make me go, but if I am there, and this actually has carried over from a few, my life has just sort of been like this for a while. It's that, if I'm there, I can go sit down and just be on my phone if I want to. Like, I don't have to fucking shop.
They removed a lot of the benches outside of the stores. So
What?
So I have to like lean over the edge if we're on the second floor.
What if you drop your phone on somebody's fucking face?
It's
Okay,
only
just
two
don't go.
stories.
Just don't tell them to look.
That's
up.
expensive.
Honestly, as cliche as it sounds, there's a bunch of dads that are leaning against that. Like, I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah, I walked through the Macy's. It was so funny. Like all the old men just outside the dressing room holding the purse, looking all defeated.
Yeah,
It was
you
fucking
just
hilarious.
fucking sit in the goddamn chair in there. It's fine. And then
I
you
would
just-
never make you go shopping. I don't like to go shopping.
What?
I don't like to go
Sure,
shopping.
and it has been. I'm going to be
And
honest.
if I do, it's none of your business.
As I started talking about that, it's funny because I have the 2-year cushion of not having to do anything like that. And so remembering the last time that we even had to do that.
No, our shopping always consists of like, let's go out on a date night, go to On the Border, drink a bunch of margaritas, and then go fuck up the Container Store.
Yeah,
like,
that is true. Yeah, or
mutual fun.
Home Goods. We can fuck that motherfucker up.
We had to
too.
stop going to Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah,
we had to, they sent us that 20% off coupon.
Yeah,
Fuck us
couldn't
up
get
every
out of
time.
there. You know how you can't go to Target and not spend $200? Like Bed Bath and Beyond was approaching fucking like bank account fucking closing.
I think that's why I haven't gone back to the Container Store.
Oh my god, it's the fucking best store
Now
ever.
It's the
time to
best,
go.
but
They have all the
everything is
put
so
up your Christmas
stupid
stickers and-
expensive. It doesn't make any sense why it costs so
Well,
much money.
That's why you drink
They're just
first.
buckets.
You drink through
Here's
it.
what I do, Amy. I just don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, then let's go to the Container Store.
Let's take a party bus to the Container
Field
Store.
trip.
Dude, that fucking store
let's-
rules. There is like they have an organizational system for shit that you didn't know needed to be organized.
And mind you, we have not organized any of it, no matter what we fucking bought.
Fuck no. No.
Last time we took a party bus, the world shut down. I just want to remind you.
Is 100%
I know,
accurate.
but what if we took
Yeah.
a party bus to the Container Store? I think that'd be a fun story.
And it resets everything, so the world goes back to
Popping
normal.
bottles, stripper pole.
For those of you just who don't know what she's talking about, the last time we took a party bus was my birthday, 2020.
March 6th,
March
2020.
6th, 2020. The next week on the 16th, we had Amy's birthday, and we had to sort of shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So that went from a party to just the neighbors and stuff.
Just a
And then
gathering.
Became the theme.
After that, everything was canceled
Yeah,
forever.
right before your birthday, we had trivia at the gin where Eric used to do trivia.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have like boomerangs saved on my phone of us like all doing cheers with Coronas because they were on
Yeah, we
special.
got buckets
That's
of
right, we got that.
Coronas.
Well, oh yeah, no, and then I went before Amy's birthday and played the Corona stage in Galveston.
Mhm.
And
That's right.
and thought it was hilarious, and and then the fucking biggest Corona outbreak in Texas was in Galveston from that fucking event.
And Marco thinks he got COVID from that.
Marco
show.
does think yeah, and he probably did actually.
I thought I got COVID from England in February.
yeah, and that's possible too. I mean,
Everybody has that thing though.
I think everybody has that deal where they look back and they go, "Man, I was pretty fucking sick last April,"
The
and
thing that's weird is the smell and taste deal. Like I do
Yeah,
wonder,
true.
and I asked Jarrett this whenever he had it, because I was the one that was like, "Are you sure you can smell things?" He was like, "Totally," and then he like sniffed the wine he was drinking, and he was like, "Wait a second."
yeah,
And I brought him the most fragrant candle I fucking had, and I go,
true.
"Smell this." And I said, "What does it smell like?" And he was like, "Holy shit!" And
Well,
I kind of
so-
wonder if you would notice if you didn't.
And that,
What?
why are you laughing?
Was it the Jenny McCarthy vagina candle?
It's
Uh,
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Actually, that's Gwyneth Paltrow, and I have two of them
Oh.
in my kitchen right
Just
now.
got one.
And I'm going to be
Nice.
honest. I understand why when that scent happened, she was like, "That smells like." I fucking totally get it. I totally.
What is
get
it, like a fish stick?
Yeah,
No,
fishy.
no. It's not like a stinky vagina. It's like a just a quality vagina.
I don't know about that. I need to smell it when it comes back.
Oh yeah.
So, okay.
We'll wait. Go
So
ahead.
you remember the text we got from Amy the other day, and
Yes.
I told Amanda, and then we went and took tests and whatnot. Well, that Friday when we were out and about, we were in the what's the fragrance store? Bath and Body Works. We were in there, and she's like smelling stuff, and I'm literally holding all the bags, and she goes, "Ooh, oh, I like this one," and she puts it to my nose, but it was like a lotion, and I'm like, I was like, I don't smell anything. She goes,
Uh-oh.
her face was, what?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't smell it.
Yeah.
She goes, what do you mean you can't smell it? And I'm like, let me try it again. And I'm like, dude, I can't smell it. She fucking freaked out.
Could you smell Bath and Body Works when you walked in?
Yeah, you can smell that from a mile away.
And then I took it and I'm like, dude, I don't smell it. She goes, are you squeezing it? And I'm like, no. She goes, you gotta squeeze it so you can smell it. And I'm like, oh, there it is. And her heart like stopped because she thought,
you got to go to Origins.
I had COVID.
That motherfucker will light your senses up.
Oh,
I
that
had
will.
an embarrassing Bath and Body Works story just from like the other day. I had to go. So our oldest is this Bath and Body Works like crack addict. It's like insane. Like I honestly wish I could just show you the shit in the bedroom that she hasn't stayed in years. Like it's ridiculous. I can't even imagine what the other bathroom looks like. It's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And she like goes by herself. She doesn't just like rely on gifts. Like she was there a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, it's Christmas. Everyone's getting you that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're doing my yearly Bath and Body Works haul for her, and I'm grabbing all the little stocking stuffers, just up at the front. There's these room sprays, and it says "Try me," and I always try to sniff everything first before I would like push a button or like do anything, right? Those things are fucking aggressive. Okay, so I picked it up.
Can't do the room spray. That's no try me.
It said it on there with a sticker. So I pushed it. It was like, like took over the whole fucking room. It was so fucking scented. It was, oh my God, it was awful.
And even just like the tiniest little quickest thing, that stuff is so potent.
It was fucking wild. So I'm like 2 people behind in the line, still waiting to go to the counter. And I was like, oh shit, put it away, sit there. And everybody starts like kind of like their nose is going and all this stuff. And I hear the lady at the thing just goes, somebody spray something, like talking to one of the other cashiers. I'm over here being like,
a cashier said that in fucking Bath and Body Works.
But she said it to like her coworker. She didn't mean for anybody to hear it.
But the thing is, of course, somebody fucking sprayed something. That's what you do in this
right
store.
Up at the front, and it was so smelly. And I was like, I had to like get out of there. Like I could not breathe because of this fucking one little squirt. So if you have a giant room that needs a scent,
did you smell it the rest of the day?
I still do.
Yeah.
Two
what
things.
was it?
Oh, go ahead.
Sun ripened raspberry.
Some type of musky shit I would never smell in my life. Like use.
2 things. Do y'all remember when Sweet Cheeks first came in? And this is for Sean and Casey.
Yes, I do.
Sweet Cheeks first started, and Rich commented on the fact that he smelled good, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, you fucking smell great. He then brought us some of like what he wore, and he wore air freshener. Like what?
It was a blend. It was a blend of car air freshener with his Axe, but put together.
Oh my God. It was like a whole thing. So that's one thing I was going to say. The other thing is that I honestly believe that and I had asked people, I was just like, wait a minute, before I had COVID, do you even know that you can't smell or taste? Like how?
That's what I'm saying. Like until I pointed it out, you didn't notice.
I didn't. Well, that's my point. But I remember I asked Emma Rose, our niece, and she goes, oh yeah, I knew instantly or whatever. I'm like, man, I don't know that I would. I mean, maybe my sense of smell isn't just that keen anyway, because I'm always stopped up. But I did not realize it. And then once Casey put that fucking candle on my face, and she goes, "This is a candle that if you could smell, you would literally sneeze and throw this down on the ground because I'm not really into like perfumey shit." And I could not smell it. I couldn't smell my wine. And then I started to realize, well, I can't taste anything. The only thing that I could like remotely taste was ketchup and like tomato sauce.
It was vinegary stuff and tomatoes, like vinegary and salt.
I had mustard on my hamburger.
Just keeping an eye on him. I made it when we tested every couple of days or whatever, but I'd always like grab a candle or something. I'd like, ooh, this smells good. And he'd smell it and go, oh, I do like that. I'm like, okay, good man. I know the moment I lost my smell is what's weird. I was making chicken noodle soup because I was sick.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And like that shit just takes over the whole house.
Yeah.
And I could smell it when I was cooking it. And then all of a sudden I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And like, it was very like,
and you couldn't taste how salty it was. You thought it was too salty.
I could only taste the salt. I couldn't taste the garlic or any of the other stuff. It just tasted like salt water with like boiled chicken and salt water. It was disgusting.
Oh,
it was really bad.
Well, you know how you like boiled chicken and salt water, Eric.
I mean,
Guys, let's get into this podcast. We're going to talk about Run, Ronnie Run tonight and a couple of other things. Oh, guys, this is our New Year's Eve episode. So happy New Year, everybody.
Oh.
It's a good thing we just talked about Christmas for 45 fucking minutes. That's great.
Sean, cut all that out.
Yeah, just don't even fucking. Anyway, guys, couple of New Year's things that are happening right now and a couple of good news situations. We are now ranked 102 in the USA for film review podcasts.
Oh,
Means
snap.
only 101 podcasts are rated higher than us, which is pretty cool.
So watch out, Our Lady Peace podcast movie
100
review. We're coming for you.
143. That was you.
We should just start calling them out on the internet one by one until we beat them.
All right, 143 in Australia, which for some reason we went up 106, so we were kicking ass there. Basically, I don't know, whatever movie we did the last time, the Australians don't like it. In Denmark, we're number 82. So, hey, here's the thing. Think about how many people are in the U.S. and how many people are in Denmark. And we're almost ranked the same as far as podcast is concerned. We're kicking some fucking ass, guys. We're doing really good. This podcast, by the way, only exists because of our Patreon supporters. This podcast only exists because of our Patreon supporters, and that is 100% the truth. We all of the money goes back into the show to help the to make sure that we have good staff and that we have good microphones. We have a $6,000 computer we still don't know what to do with. We have a shitload of cameras.
Okay, auction it off.
We just
like
have
raffle
cameras
style.
Eric, I'm not joking. We have fucking cameras everywhere. And
actually that's not a bad idea. We can open up an eBay store or Facebook.
Oh, yeah,
A raffle, $10 a ticket, and if you win everything we're trying to get rid of. But that way you only have to sell 600 tickets at $10 a piece, and somebody gets all this bullshit.
I'll tell you, like I tell the guys in Bowling for Soup, and just like I tell everybody who asks me why I don't do certain things with certain things during certain times.
Okay,
if one of y'all motherfuckers, no. If one of y'all motherfuckers wants to do that and handle it, let's goddamn fucking go. But I'm not doing that. I'm not fucking cleaning.
When I said we, I meant Sean, obviously.
Wait, why are we cleaning the warehouse?
There's in your seat right now, Eric, are all the plaques that I've ordered for all of the goddamn winners from 5 questions that still haven't been sent out. I don't want this responsibility. I'll take what I have to. I'll figure that out eventually. I'll do the perks. But this fucking auctioning things off and raffling and all that bullshit, unless you're ready to fucking take the horse by the reins, and Yellowstone the shit out of it, then I'm out.
Well, you can auction this dick.
Jarrett Goes the Movies OnlyFans page. Guess whose feet?
Okay, might be.
Let's do it.
Something to look into. But Jarrett doesn't want to hear about your ideas. He just wants you to do it. Okay,
that's absolutely not what I just said. I love if you come to me with an idea and you're like, and an action plan, but don't. She can't hear us.
I know. Tell him things.
I love you.
It's adorable.
Good
You're not
night.
saying hi. Babies
Good
can't tell
night,
that you're talking
little
to them.
Justin Timberlake.
Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. I love you.
I hate when I'm yelling at him and his kid comes in.
Too bad none of your kids are cute. Oh, that must be hard.
Sucks.
I
All right,
know.
guys.
Sad.
Anyway, you can support the show by going to patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. For as little as $1 a month, you get at least a 20% discount on our merch. $5 and up gets you all kinds of fun shit. It goes on up. So go and check that out.
You know what we should do?
What?
Nothing.
I wanna know.
Thank our Patreon supporters.
Well, that's a fucking great idea.
Thanks.
God.
Destroyed his will to carry on.
Is there anything else that would make you happy, Eric?
A bunch of cocks slapped in my face.
To my face.
That'd be good. Listen, I want to take a second for real and thank David Dooley and Woody Chambers, who've been our producers for so very long. I don't know when this episode will come out according to what's happening, but I do want to. What? I understand that, but we don't know where this is going to be in what's going on. So I want to send some prayers. If you do that, Mojo, if you do that, just love in Woody Chambers and his family's direction. His mother-in-law, Cherie's mother, is in the hospital with COVID, and it's taken a pretty crazy turn. And so she is up in Ohio now. They had to actually do early Christmas with their kids so that she could go to Ohio, and she's not planning on being back until well into January. So if you're a friend of Woody's and you're listening to this right now on the live feed, then please, maybe just reach out and give him a digital high five. If not, and you hear this, maybe just check in on them. But we love you. And, David Dooley, I didn't mean to just sidestep you there, but, I feel like, what the fuck do you got going on? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your life. You could be doing anything. I could sit there laughing about nothing. By the way, David Dooley is my secret weapon at shows. All right.
I need to know if David. I got to know if he went to a friend's filming, maybe somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s, because I was binging that today, and I'm pretty sure he was there in the audience.
You heard the laugh.
I heard the laugh.
I love it. This is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production. Our producers are all at the $20 support level and up at patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. And here is who they are. Ad Craner, Amy Strongbottom Pitzinger, Andy Smith, Angie Thorin, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Chelle Ordway, Chris, the $12 million man, Cranville, Chris Jacobs, Corey Reed, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Kendrick, David, the original Murray, Dennis Hopp, Denny Chambers, Diana Wheeler, Diane friggin' Small, Dom Surfing Bird Petretta, Ernie Soulman McCracken, God damn it, Gage Strickland, Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg the Hammer Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Dr. Jason Aylesworth and Kidney Pete, Jay Palladino, Jeff Millman, fucking Joe Barlow, Rat Pack, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Josh Hanlon, Josh Millman, Joshua from Oh I Had That on Instagram and YouTube. Y'all go follow him. MVP, Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim, Frosting on the Beater Murphy, Kirsty Fisher, Lily Holohan, Lisa Sponsor, Lisa Wenzel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Birch, Mandy Pretty, Melody Ortloff, Michael Price, Mike Leblanovitz, Nick Brignoni, Rodon James, Ray Elliott, Rich Osborne, Robert, Dirty Muffins O'Doyen, Ryan Clydesdale, Sarah, The Undertaker DeAngelis, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tom, 3 times 1 minus 1 Murray, Trey Wren, Vinnie, no fucking clue, Cataldo, What's in Her Bush? Watson,
I don't know what.
Is that Sophia's sister?
Her Bush. When
Come back. Come back.
That's a
if you put them together.
I like the ones that are super easy like that. Where like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
No, I'm saying it's like, what's in her bush? What's the matter, Wendy?
Oh, okay.
It's almost like there's something wrong with her bush.
What? No, that's even not even how it reads. What's in her bush? Wendy, what's the matter? Wendy, what's the matter with her bush?
There you go.
Woody Chambers. You got to rearrange stuff. Woody Chambers and Sfeehurst. Give it up, everybody, for our amazing supporters. Go be a part of the winning team. You have missed your chance on the greatest perk that has ever happened, and I absolutely cannot wait for y'all to get those. By the way, if you are a supporter and you're like, where's all my stuff? Do not – I've gone back to April for these next 3 perks. So if you've been a supporter of this show since April through December 1st, basically, you're getting these next 3 perks And then if you're a new supporter, you will, I'll figure that out. Anyway, I got you. I'm super excited about them, though. They're really, really fun, and we appreciate you guys. Like I said, absolutely could not do the show without you. All right, we're going to talk about the movie Run, Ronnie, Run. Now, Eric, very important question for you. Had you ever seen this movie before?
No, I can report that I had not.
All right, well, let's figure out what you thought the movie was going to be about. We hadn't done this in a while, but Eric does a pre-synopsis, which basically he can look at the artwork of the movie. He can look at the poster and the title, and then he tells us what he thinks the movie is going to be about.
Over to Eric pre-synopsis.
Local troublemaker Ronnie goes from small-time criminal to national folk hero during his documented cross-country run from the law.
Dude, that's incredible. Did you cheat?
No, so here's the deal. It's
one.
So in my mind, it was like it was Run, Ronnie, Run, and then on the poster there were a couple of other descriptive sentences. So it made it seem like he was running from the law and like it was being documented, like the OJ thing is kind of what I thought was happening. And that's not exactly what it was, but I mean, pretty close.
That is pretty damn close. Yeah, I honestly thought I had no idea about this movie, and I guess for some reason I thought that this was like a political movie or something, like they were trying to get somebody to run for office or something, you know?
Oh.
So this was a big surprise for me, and a pleasant surprise at that. Now, Eric, let's find out what the movie was actually about.
Over to Eric for his synopsis.
Can a redneck with an uncanny knack for getting arrested become the star of his own reality program before it's too late?
It's not very good.
You don't think it's good?
I don't know.
Read it one more time for us.
Somebody
told me the world was gonna own me, and I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
He's canceled.
Sean went and, added the before it's too late and turned the synopsis into a question. Well, I was just saying that a redneck with an uncanny knack for getting arrested becomes the star of his own reality program before it's too late.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right. Well, that is that. Now, this movie came out in 2002. It is a comedy / slapstick. It watches at 1 hour and 27 minutes. I think
gracefully.
I think some of you are now. I don't know. I don't know who liked this movie and who didn't. I don't know who likes this kind of humor and who doesn't. I'm still surprised that Eric and sometimes Amy think certain things are funny and don't think other things are funny. And it does. I continually go down that road of like, if I was watching this with them, if they were watching this with Casey and I, would they see this differently? So I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what Sean's going to say, who has to sit there and watch the movie and actually pull content from it. I had no idea this was the guy from Mr. Show. And immediately I knew right when I saw him for the very first time, I'm just like, oh shit, this is the guy. And because that was his reoccurring character on the show was he. And again, it's hilarious because that's all he did on Mr. Show. He just ran from the cops, and that's the whole thing. I expected these scores to be way lower than they are. This
surprising. Right?
This movie has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. This movie on Rotten Tomatoes, 71%. Amy, right now, can't fuck. Eric shaking his head. Amy literally just like gasping for air. Doesn't know what the fuck to even do right now. We don't have any sort of information on the budgets of this because it was an HBO movie, and that's not what they did.
Okay, I don't want to Arthur this episode or whatever the other episode was. It's not fair to just compare one movie inexplicably to another, but the fact that Joe Dirt, which came out 1 year before this, has a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, and this one has a 71, is probably the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. And I'm talking about ever.
I didn't even think to compare the two in that regard. I mean, I obviously in my head was comparing them the entire time, but I didn't look up the stats between them. And I think it's very surprising.
At least Joe Dirt has...
I don't think it's a fair comparison. And I will tell you this. I get into this all day on the fucking socials of this Newfound Glory versus Simple Plan and bring it down. Who gives a shit, right? I don't like it. I don't like comparing two existing pieces of art. You're going to fucking compare the Mona Lisa to, you know, whatever, the one with the two old people with the pitchfork, you know?
No,
Not
because those are so different. But these, like, even the same jokes were used, though.
See,
that's what makes it too similar.
I feel like there was literally like they were rednecks, and then he said the "my face in your ass." That was literally like the only things that I think are the same, but they get compared all the time.
This movie is again, I think it's one of those where if you're a fan of Mr. Show, you just get it. It's really, really smart. This movie is fucking smart. Like Bob Odenkirk is a goddamn genius in this fucking. I mean, dude, you just take the. Hey, man, you know, well, I don't really know what to do about her. Well, you know what? The best thing you do is make her jealous. She walks in the room, whatever. Who's that? Well, that's just this girl I'm fucking.
Jealous
you know,
much.
Jealous much.
That's the thing. I
you ruined it, bitch.
I would not say that I like this movie more than I like Joe Dirt. I just do see them differently.
I think we should discuss this movie on its own. I think that I don't, again.
Yeah, we have to, because otherwise I won't like it.
That's right.
I enjoyed this movie. Like, I really do like this movie. But compared to Joe Dirt, I like that one better. So I completely agree. We have to keep them very separate.
Look at this comparison though, and you're right. David Spade, huge star. David Cross, not a huge star. That guy's not a fucking. He's not an A-lister. David Spade, I mean, A-lister high B maybe, but. Fucking David Cross, like C, maybe, you know, I mean, like he,
I wasn't
these fuckers, but you
I
know,
wasn't trying to compare these movies.
Understood.
What I'm saying is it just surprises me that the ratings are this different. You know,
again,
a 60% difference in these two.
Already existing character.
I think that also comes from just the respect that Bob and Dave have. You know, this cast,
or maybe only like one guy reviewed it.
Guys, this cast also, you know, this fucking cast. So did this not come out in the theaters? They just released it on HBO. Okay, so we don't have that's the other thing. You don't really have all these reviews telling it that it failed and this and this and this. But I mean, look at all of the fucking cameos they got in this thing. And it's all out of respect, right? You don't,
including
they didn't fucking pay Gary Shandling to be there. They were like, "Hey, Gary, we play basketball every Thursday. You want to fucking come and be in this movie real quick?"
Including a cameo by a guy that you and Chris accosted in a bar. To talk about.
We're actually going to talk about that. I'm so glad you remember that story, dude. When he got up on screen, I was like, ah! And then I've got my Patton Oswalt story too. So we'll get into both of those, stories. And the good news is my Patton Oswalt story now has an exclamation point.
I've got my Scott Ian from Anthrax story.
Well, I've got one of those too. So don't die on.
And I've got my story from the guy who played Elaine's boyfriend in Seinfeld. So,
Putty. yeah, that's good.
All signs point to yes.
Those those little sidebars in this movie where they would go off and just do the thing is, to me, that it's just so reminiscent of, you know, movies like Kentucky Fried Movie and gosh, I mean, there's a few other ones I'm not thinking of right now.
It's very obviously sketch comedy based, right?
It's sketch comedy based, and just the fact that you throw that into a motion picture is such a fuck you to Hollywood, because I'm sure they're like, this doesn't make any sense, and that's the point, right? I mean, dude, tell me that Jack Black scene isn't one of the fucking funniest things. And it wasn't cut for content; it was cut because of time.
Okay, so a spoiler alert: I was entertained. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so sorry. I'm just going to add, because obviously we're going to get into all that stuff, but I picked this movie. I had not seen this movie in probably 10 to 12 years. I own this movie. I used to watch this movie a lot, but this movie came out when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm kind of trying to just pick things I'm kind of curious to review as well, because I used to love this movie. So,
and I think that's a good thing, though. I think it's good to watch stuff from your childhood. That I actually think that with Eric's first pick ever, I feel like that's what happened. You know, what was that? Because you're not a big movie guy. And when you came in, I'm like, I'm going to put the pressure on you. He goes, well, Flight of the Navigator is good. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. We'll try it. Right. So
for a 12-year-old that like is just a South Park loving, just learning how to shoot my middle finger and steal a cigarette type of, like, this was the fucking funniest shit.
Is the same sense of humor.
Oh yeah.
This is the South Park sense of humor,
this is
for
baseball,
sure.
Not baseball, basketball.
So if you must compare, then here it is. I'll lay it out there for you. This is absolutely the South Park sense of humor, and Joe Dirt is Adam Sandler's sense of humor. And that's where we're fucking splitting into the Y here.
I found these both funny. I think Joe Dirt is funny, and I laughed a bunch in this movie. It's not necessarily that I think this is... It's not necessarily, I think this is a great movie. It doesn't have to be. And for what it's worth, Bob Odenkirk and David Cross both think that the final cut of this movie is dog shit compared to what they originally
wanted to
create. All I would say is I think Joe Dirt just had a little more heart to it, a little more TLs.
This one's a little bit.
Yes. Right, a little more rough around the edges, and it doesn't make one better than the other. That was just something that stood out to me as, I mean, and Jarrett, like you're saying, it's not like we're trying to compare the Mona Lisa to, you know,
two old white guys
cartoons. It's that these are two movies that came out within 9 months of each other, both kind of based around a same somewhat central premise of discovery and, you know, the mullet redneck hillbilly aspect to it. So I don't think that it's unfair, but it would be unfair to say one is just somehow intrinsically better than the other, because, you know,
I think it's just
you
unfortunate
couldn't say
timing
that
because this character already existed before Joe Dirt.
Let me retort,
you know,
as well. And allow me this. Joe Dirt has heart because the whole thing is him telling this heartfelt story. And he is a great human being who is just a sweet guy who gets himself into these situations. And it sucks that he got dealt this hand, right? Ronnie Dobbs is a fucking piece of shit. And not only is he a piece of shit, like, he just makes other people pieces of. I mean, it's just he's the fucking worst.
Yeah. He doesn't really.
And I can relate to him in that way.
I mean, the whole thing is you're not ever like, oh man, poor Ronnie. You're just like, yeah. I mean, fuck. You know, this is the thing. So again,
what do you expect, man?
Yeah, right. And so, you know, there you go. And I mean, God, I mean, when you go back to that, when you say, you know, that they're not happy with the final cut, and just, you know, it's so, to me, it's bonkers that you can put so much into writing and directing a movie or whatever, and then it gets put in someone else's hand. I can't imagine that. And I know that if that happens in my world too, that music gets done that way. But man, I mean, there's no way I would have stayed in this industry if that would have happened to me. There's no fucking way. I mean, that just seems crazy. I'm so glad that you two enjoyed the movie. I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I'd actually like to watch this movie again, not having to take notes, because I missed a couple of things. I know along the way of having to, I was fucking working, doing my goddamn job. Bless you, baby. I have to pee, so let's take a break. When we come back, we will dive into this amazing movie, Run, Ronnie Run, which is the highest scoring IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes that we've had in 3 weeks.
That's so ridiculous.
I just made that up, but I think I'm right.
You probably are.
All right, guys, y'all, everybody in the chat room, y'all hang out. We're enjoying your conversation. This Johnny Edwards is on fucking fire right now. See y'all in a minute.
We will return for the second half of Days of Our Lives in just a moment.
Tonight on Celebrity, they reach the top. But tonight, the secret they've kept hidden for 25 years will destroy them and the women who love them. Before it's over, one will kill, one will die, and only one will survive when the truth finally explodes. On the shocking conclusion of Celebrity, tonight.
Discover all you can see and do from Toronto's Best Western Carlton Place Hotel. Your host 7 days a week for only $22.50 US per person, based on double occupancy.
This is an actual recording of the noise you've had to put up with on most AT&T long-distance calls all your life. And this is what it looks like. Now this, on the other hand, is a new U.S. Sprint line. See the difference? Twice as quiet thanks to fiber optics. And we're already the largest fiber optic long-distance company in America. So call now, find out more, and save with U.S. Sprint, where every fiber optic call sounds like you're right next door.
Discover the difference. Jim Donovan, Channel 3 News.
Why do I use Clorox bleach instead of bargain bleaches? It's better. Better quality. Look, Clorox filters out impurities most bargain bleaches leave in.
Only Clorox did something about splashing with its unique splash guard spout. No bargain bleach has it.
And Clorox gives you a choice, regular or fresh scent. Better quality.
Splash guard spout.
Regular or fresh scent. Make Clorox the better bleach.
I think there are three nevers to being a winning coach. Never let the press pick your starting quarterback. Never take a last place team lightly. And really, no matter what the score, never let them see you sweat.
That's what new Dry Idea aerosol is all about. Maximum control. It keeps you drier than the leading aerosol.
Everyone feels pressure. Winners don't let it show.
Dry Idea. Never let them see you sweat.
Professor, what's the greatest advance in the 20th century?
Saran wrap.
Saran wrap?
Sure, it's strong, it clings, it protects, even in a microwave. Moist, tasty, hot, wow!
Saran wrap. Nothing protects food better. Peggy Fox, would your glass cleaner clean lipstick without streaking?
I don't know.
Try Glass Plus. Mrs. Fox has never used Glass Plus before.
I think it's great.
Glass Plus cleans glass.
Plus, a whole lot more.
Now, perfect polished nails in seconds. Lee press-on nails in fashion colors. Press-on color, no messy polish. Press-on color, no drying time. Press-on color, no chipping ever. Lee press-on nails in fashion colors. Everything you need for longer, polished nails. Lee Super Stick tabs and 20 Lee press-on nails in a variety of sizes. Available in a rainbow array of today's popular colors. So press on. Lee press-on nails now in fashion colors.
Milk it does. Hey, milk it does a body.
Milk it does a body good. Pass it on.
It's one to grow on.
Great before I'm frosty cold and spread more.
It's full of what you're thirsty for. Wow.
It is.
It makes you feel good because it tastes so great. It really does a body good.
Pass it on.
Milk it does.
Milk it does a body good. Milk it does a body good. Pass it on.
Hey, you say
you getting tired of lettuce and tomato hamburgers in this town that don't quite make it? Yeah! You say that just once you'd like your hamburger hot and your lettuce and tomato cool and crisp all at the same time? Yeah! Well, I say you got it. I'm talking McDonald's new lettuce and tomato hamburger, the McDLT. I'm talking quarter pound of beef on the hot side.
And the hot stays hot.
The new McDLT.
Hot, hot.
Crisp lettuce, tomato on the cool side.
And the cool stays cool.
The new McDLT.
Cool crisp.
The beef stays hot. The cool stays crisp. Put it together, you can't resist. The hottest taste, the coolest dish.
Keep it hot, hot. Keep it cool, cool. McDLT. McDLT. Hot beefy McD. Cool crisp LT. McDLT.
It's a good time.
Hot beefy McD.
For the great taste.
Cool crisp LT.
Of McDonald's. Could be the best tasting lettuce and tomato hamburger ever.
New McD.
To learn more about the noted author of The Secret Garden and other children's classics, the Library of Congress suggests these books: The Secret Garden, A Little Princess, both by Frances Hodgson Burnett, and a biography, Frances Hodgson Burnett, by Phyllis Bixler. These and many other interesting books are waiting for you in your local library and bookstore. Visit them. They'll be happy to help you read more about it.
Knock, knock.
Monday.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
He's Major Dad. And he's a real scream.
Tuesday, an officer is shot.
Who helps cops when they're in trouble?
An extraordinary story of courage and caring on an all-new Rescue 911. On Jake and the Fat Man. McCabe and the kid, targeted by the mob, are stranded on a deserted island, and only Jake can save them. Wednesday.
From CBS News, this is Health Watch. If you're thinking of going to a tanning parlor this winter, think again. The reason, after this.
There's what inside this cold reliever? Liquid. New Comtrex Liquid Gels. Liquid cold medicine inside an easy-to-swallow gelatin shell for relief of all these symptoms. New Comtrex Liquid Gel. The all-new way to get fast Comtrex relief.
You may have heard that the ultraviolet rays which give you a tan are closely linked with skin cancer and premature skin aging. But they may also injure your eyes, possibly causing cataracts and damaged retinas. The concentrated radiation in a tanning booth is especially dangerous. If you use a tanning machine, the American Medical Association says be sure to wear special yellow protective glasses. But the AMA's main recommendation is avoid tanning machines altogether. I'm Dr. Bob Arnott for Health Watch.
This is CBS.
Here's the little one. You want to sit down here for a while? Oh, your hair's so lovely and soft. Are we going to grow it long? I'm going out tonight. Look what I've got to wear. You've got earrings. I've got earrings. They're so pretty. That's okay. Not so pretty. Do I look funny?
Oh, I'm sure Mommy looks wonderful now. All you have to be is you. Liz Claiborne, The Fragrance. Now at Higbee's.
Now, Bob, everybody knows the news department has to work on Christmas, so we've got to spread some Christmas cheer in here. Merry Christmas, everybody! It's me, Robin Claus. Look at him rushing up. So happy holidays, everybody, and gosh, won't somebody take this fruitcake off my hands?
Not me, babe.
Forget it.
See you later.
Hey, no problem. I love fruitcake. Another Christmas miracle. Tonight at 11, bureaucratic problems in trying to help the homeless.
Don't drink and drive. A public service message from ABC.
Peter Jennings. He has the overseas experience no other can match. He's reported from 98 countries. He's been tested under fire. He knows the workings of the foreign mind. Now, more than ever, turn to ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings.
Coming up next on Eyewitness News at 11, reports of tornado damage right here in Ohio tonight. Tom Castlemeyer is tracking the storm.
Has an F-111 like this one been recovered from the ocean floor and turned over to the Russians?
It's getting down to the wire for this man who's seeking an unheard-of 5th term as governor of Ohio. We'll have an update on the race for governor.
And these guys have good reason to be parading around the Coliseum. A look at the forced blowout of the blast. Good evening, I'm Michelle Holden.
And I'm Roger Morris. Eyewitness News at 11 is next.
1986 Century Limited, loaded with options, under $13,000 and 3.9% financing. Tomorrow at Spitzer Buick in Parma.
Working hand, helping hand. Hands that got to boogie along. At McDonald's, our hands are busy too. Biscuits for you.
McDonald's buttermilk biscuit sandwiches, sizzling sausage or bacon, a fresh egg, and melted cheese.
They're taking breakfast by the hand all over the land. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Fresh baked biscuits, our way of lending a hand. You can see it in her eyes, the doubts we all go through. We'll see you through those unsure looks, just staring back at you.
When you're ready for contact lenses, trust the Pearl team of experts for the right lenses and a comfortable fit.
You'll see it in her eyes, that look you'll always prize. Nobody cares for eyes more than Pearl. There's a certain kind of person who's always working to do things better. At Bank One, we have 9,000 of them.
9,000 people care how well we serve. We're a company, a winning team of 9,000 people who care. Bank One.
4 days only. Just 4 days for the Fredder Appliance in the store warehouse sale. 4 days this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Don't spend more than $163 for this 19-inch color portable TV or $237 for this Magnavox VHS video cassette recorder.
The Fredder Appliance 4-day in the store warehouse sale. 4 big days this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
4 days of low prices just for you.
To help them in the never-ending battle against the evil Decepticons, the Autobots create a new breed of robot, Dynabots.
More than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
The Decepticons are attacking! Autobots to get them! Captain and Dynabots!
Transformers from Hasbro.
You can wish upon a star fairy. Yes, it's time to come into Castle Wistar, our home in the clouds. Sparkle, I've been granting wishes all day. Now can we have a party? First, take a nap.
Star Fairy sold separately.
Now? Yes, I'm taking a bath. Now we can dance. There's only one thing I love more than dancing. What? Making wishes come true.
New Castle Wish Star comes with bed, bath, throne, and maypole. Your parents put it together from Tonka.
Hey there, my name is Clay, and this here is the story of Ronnie Dobbs and his rise to fame, and the man that discovered it, and me. But let's start with old Ronnie. Here he is now. Yeah, Ronnie was a good man, a true gentleman of Southern distinction.
Hey, Doc! Get your ass off my car!
Sorry, man. Thought it was mine.
Man, so again, this movie opens up, and, you know, I right when I see Ronnie Dobbs in the car, I'm like, oh, it's this, you know, this is Mr. Show. I'm super excited about it. And
which
you were like, oh, dang.
I wasn't excited about any of this shit. Actually, I mean, I wasn't not excited. I don't hate any movie. You know.
It became like, I watched a fucking movie, and then it came on. You're like, it's Ronnie Dobbs. And I was like, okay,
right, yeah. Well, okay, hold on. Let's back up. I wasn't like, I got to watch this fucking movie, but I did want to watch the new Yellowstone series more. But I was happy that instead, you know, if I was going to not watch the new Yellowstone series, I was going to watch this.
The one in space?
Yellowstone in space? No. That one's not out yet, actually. And it's not space.
On ice?
it's called Lava Rock.
Yeah, they're on ice.
Moon Rock.
I was super excited, and then right when he starts running from the cops, I'm just like, oh fuck, I remember this character. This is so great. But then it's just, you know, just as the cast starts to come in, and it's just like, oh shit, it's the guy, it's Champ from Anchorman, you know, who when he's playing Champ from Anchorman, everybody says he's my manager, Swin, which is a fun little exercise.
And to me, he's Todd Packer from The Office.
That's right.
Same.
Todd F. Packer. Do you know what the F stands for?
Casey, I think he's talking to you, baby.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were talking to him.
Yeah.
No,
Just
don't
talking
want
to
to know.
everybody.
Okay. Well, this movie starts out in an interesting way. It starts out with a cartoon, and I realize I'm going to show my age here, and it's a funny cartoon. But when I was a kid, you would, you know, and especially kids movies, and they've started doing this again, but it hasn't always been like this. But there would be a cartoon before the movie you would watch. Like you would go there and that would be the reason why I would want to get there early. Cause it's like, and that's, you know, how a lot of things started back then. I think that's where Mickey Mouse started, was in the theaters back in the
That's
20s.
how like Pixar and Disney movies are now. You have that short, but now it's like
Yeah,
some
the short.
fucking Oscar nominated
Yeah, they're fucking
insanity that makes you cry
like
every
the
time.
dumpling one or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like-
Oh, that stupid dumpling one.
yeah, remember that shit?
And
All
the,
the children went.
Yeah.
They had those Ice Age shorts for quite a while, you know, that were
Yeah.
just
With
5-minute
Scrat.
long.
So Phineas and
Scrat.
Ferb was actually launched as a short, and that's the reason why I wrote Today is going to be a great day, because they were showing that before movies or whatever. But that, again, that used to be part of the whole experience. You would go there, and that, you know, back in the day, like in the, you know, when movies first started, you would go to the movies to get your news. You know, there was no TV, so they would show a reel of news before, and like crazy shit, like
Breaking. This just in. Notre Dame is the bee's knees, and they're victorious over a strong Army side. Champ. What do you think of the old Notre Dame running flying T formation?
Scoops Callahan here.
God, I'm fucking completely lost what I was doing.
That was
oh no, that's
1920s
okay. I'm certain that I didn't have any
reporter.
fucking input on that anyway. But you know, that's the thing, is that this is a spoof of that. You know, and also let's all go to the lobby. You guys remember that shit?
No.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
all go
I mean,
to the
I'm not old enough to
lobby.
remember it, but
Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a treat. Or was it snack?
I don't know.
Treat,
it could be
yeah.
both.
That sounds made
Treat
up.
snack.
Have ourselves something to eat from the bar.
Right, and there we go. Blah, 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 ding, ding.
No.
Well, this movie opens up, and he's already hilarious. He's just you know, everybody that he goes by is just, you know, he's just such a piece of
Fuck
shit.
you, Ronnie.
But when he shows up at Tammy's house, and he like gets her to come out, and the kids are just playing with a lawnmower blade, you know, just spinning it around, whatever. And he's like, "Hey, let's meet at our place." And she's like, "I don't have a
Where am I
babysitter."
going to get a babysitter?
Ain't you got a TV? Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah.
What are the kids like? Little Ronnie, Middle Ronnie,
Yeah, all the
And big middle, and big middle Ronnie.
Big Middle Ronnie.
And you know, the cast just gets dumber and dumber, you know, and you guys aren't
I
boring me.
know.
We're fine. I'm sorry. But you know, and then obviously Champ is what is the guy's actual name? The actor? Anybody know?
David Kirkner.
Oh, we've
I don't
had
think
tried
we're
to have him
supposed
on
to
the
know.
show. We actually
Clay.
almost had a deal with him, right, Sean?
Yeah,
What?
so I was
For
trying
what
to deal with
movie?
him.
We were trying to do Anchorman, and I was going back and forth with him, and then he had to go like take his kid to like college like for the first year, and so he passed me off to his assistant, and she was all about it. And then I did a CC email with her and Ian, and I think you were on it, but then Ian just never got back to him. But he was totally.
That can't be what happened. It had to have been. Well, and then COVID.
No, this was like 2000 or early 2019, I think.
Okay, there's no possible way that's true. We haven't been doing live events since early 2019.
Well, we'll just wait in 2 years, and then he'll be on the show for
at
sure.
That point, we were just trying to get him to Zoom then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have to go back.
We didn't have Zoom before COVID.
You know what I'm... No.
You're full of shit.
No,
you're
Skype.
just making
Skype.
shit up now.
I'll go back and look, but I think it was Skype.
Now you're
There
just...
was no video chat before COVID.
There was no FaceTime.
No cameras.
I remember when this fucking COVID happened or whatever, and somebody would be like, you want to do a Zoom? And it's like, fucking what? Like, I have a lyric, and again, I'm showing my age on this, but hopefully listeners get this, but Zoom was actually a television show when I was a kid. It was like on after Electric Company, which was on after Sesame Street. And it was fucking great.
2 of those sound made up.
Which 2?
Yeah, was that a prequel or a
Electric
sequel to
Company.
Three's Company?
Electric Company was awesome. Same kind of idea. And you've actually seen spoofs of it a bunch. They did the thing. Shit. Dun da 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 da. Arc. Park. Dun da da. And they taught you how to spell it. And so Family Guy's done that. A bunch of other things have done it. But they also had Spider-Man, live Spider-Man on Electric Company back then. But Zoom is also a company that makes recording stuff. And the pedal that I had where I wrote all of the first 2 big Bowling for Soup records was just on this Zoom pedal. So apparently just people just like to use the word Zoom. You know?
It's also something you can do on
Are
a
those
bike.
2 things related?
Say that again.
Are those 2 things related? Like Zoom audio equipment and
No.
Zoom?
Oh, no, that's totally different.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I was right.
What?
The last thing I sent to his assistant, Alicia, Garrett's requesting your email address. Can I give him this one? Because he's going to reach out to his booking guy to get something related to Bowling for Soup in Dallas in early June. So it was for BFF.
What year was that?
This was email on January 17th, 2019. See?
January 17th.
Damn, he got you.
I don't understand what the fuck. What were we doing in 2019?
We did one before you, the big BFS.
Oh, Timac. That's Timac.
Yeah, it was supposed to be for BFS 25. Yeah, but I guess I don't know what happened.
I wonder why I wouldn't have. Did you send me the email address?
I'm about to look at that.
Well, let's just fucking wait. It doesn't matter. The point is that it'd be great. Let's rekindle that relationship. Let's figure that shit out. If I have the email, I'll handle this. But I don't remember ever getting an email that said, "Hey, Jarrett, here's this girl's email. Send her a message requesting Champ kind." You know, Champ here. What are you doing over there, babe?
Kevin?
Everybody else, why are you all being so quiet? Let's just talk about the movie or some shit.
I don't know. Do y'all want to hear the last email I got from work?
Yeah,
What do y'all want to talk about?
Eric's last email from work is going to be bleep, blop, bloop, bleep, bleep, bloop.
Just R2D2 speaking into the
101111112.
I'll forward it to you.
So I'm just fucking forward me the email. I'm happy to rekindle that, but I don't remember any of that. And you know what? That's fine. That's what I do. I delegate some shit. You did a great job. If you forward me that email, you did everything you could possibly do, and I fucking fucked it up. And that's fine. I probably had other things going on, like, I don't know, fucking being awesome all
goddamn
the time.
famous.
Flower centerpieces, table centerpieces, and more pins popular on Pinterest. That was my last email.
That you sent? Why are you sending that to people? You're trying to sell some shit?
That's the last one I got.
Oh, got it. Now, so I love how they set up how redneck he is with a really gross thing, like betting on whether a dog is going to eat vomit. I realize that's really gross, but that's a real thing. There's got to be.
Absolutely.
There's 100% like
you weren't thinking, ain't no dog.
Ain't no dog whatever had food put in front of him ever done starved to death. And
hungry dogs got to eat.
That's my asshole brother-in-law. He did. He used to beat the shit out of my sister. And
fuck him.
I killed him. No, I didn't fuck him. I thought about it. I think he thought about fucking me
because I figure he would just like die of embarrassment after that.
He's the fucking worst. Anyway, he did. But the dude was just like where the two dudes where they come up and he goes, you two are regular Three Musketeers. But this sets up that joke of every time something else is wrong with the one guy with Clay, he just goes, "Hey man, I'm sorry about that. I should have let you drive." No, it's my fault. I shouldn't have been yelling out the window. Hey Clay, I'm sorry that bus fell over on you. God, what a great reoccurring bit. Which, by the way, it gets so bad. He's in some machine. I didn't even know what the fuck.
He's in the iron lung.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. So I said I got a lung of steel or whatever. Like,
yeah. So that's and a good day to you, sir. That's right.
Isn't that for polio?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was for polio.
No, I was talking about the Big Lebowski. When they go over to the little kid's house and the guy's like all in there on the machines and they find out who it is, and John Goodman's like, "And a good day to you, sir." All right, nobody else.
I'll put that on my list to watch this week.
What?
Yeah, me too.
Have y'all never seen that movie?
What movie?
Big Lebowski.
I saw it once and wondered what all the fuss was about, and
we must
permanently.
100%.
We've done it on the podcast.
Okay. Here's what I think we should do. And I'm going to say this, and I feel like the listeners are going to be with me on this. If we do the Big Lebowski, everybody has to watch it 2 times. And here's why.
Well, I've already done on the show once, so do I have to watch it once?
It is. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. And by the second time I saw it, I realized it's fucking brilliant.
Eric, are you coloring?
Yeah, what's happening over there, Eric?
I don't know. I was scratching a thing off of my computer. Is it audible? Sorry.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I apologize, and I'm not
Eric,
going to apologize
I'm
again.
just trying to help. I don't think you can just scratch that off. You have to delete that app.
I like your mug.
Anyway, sorry for all the extraneous noise.
Extraneous. You're good. All right, so he goes into like his childhood or whatever.
Wait,
He's
are
like,
you gonna finish what you were
about
saying?
what was I talking about?
You were saying we have to watch it twice, but you didn't go into why.
No, the deal is that again, the first time anybody sees that movie, they just don't. It's because it's so random and crazy. The second time you see it, you can relax and actually, take it for what it is. But we don't have to do that. Actually, you know what? That would be a great movie night movie. So we'll figure it out. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Y'all want to have a slumber party?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I
want that.
Hibachi first.
I do want to do this hibachi party.
Ooh,
and
hibachi and
I
sleepover.
think that we just meet over there at that one in McKinney because we can get that back room and like nobody else will be back there. We could I guarantee you we could do an episode at that motherfucker.
Jared goes to the movies Christmas party.
We could do that's too. No, you're you're in the fucking infirmary, Amy. That's not gonna happen.
Easter, then, when he rose from the dead, not when he was born.
You Easter, you brought her.
Easter, I don't even know her.
Talk to me like that in my bar.
Now,
wait, so he was only alive for a couple of months?
Who?
Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus only lived 3 days.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he gets kicked off the bus for farting the alphabet, and he starts drinking. Oh no, they got married for the first time at the ripe old age of 12,
which is pretty typical.
It's so funny. I think it's funny because every time he asks her to marry him, he's so like, this is a no-brainer. She's gonna, like oh, okay. Hey, I was gonna ask if you'd marry me. She is also on Mr. Show. And all of the characters she plays are so fucking funny, but she does this one where she introduces they have these things in between all the skits because it's sketch comedy, right? But in the way that they're tied together, it's not with a host. It's like they do these really, really short skits. And so she gets up and she just goes, our next guest just cut off the road with Ray fucking Stevens. Give it up for Fartin' Gary. And so we call Gary Fartin' Gary. That's the end of that whole thing. Ray fucking Stevens. Just so crazy.
What a random call out, and then to call him Fartin' Gary.
Well,
that's so good.
The thing about the Ray fucking Stevens is you have to really dig back to go, wait a minute, I know who Ray Stevens is. You know,
fucking Ahab the Arab? Yeah, I know.
Exactly. He's just a dumb comedy song guy. But it's just such a big deal that Fartin' Gary just got off the road, opened it up for Ray fucking Stevens. And so that is absolutely like a staple in the Bowling for Soup world. We freaking love that. Hold on.
That is something Jarrett says.
And so there we go. All right, man, I made myself cry there.
Don't cry.
When he asked her to marry him, one thing she's got the shirt that says "I'm with stupid" and it's pointing to her pregnant belly.
Just smoke a cigarette.
The baby.
I mean, to me,
I would have worn that shirt pregnant for sure.
I for sure would have worn that shirt.
This
pregnant.
is though why it's a different movie than Joe Dirt. All of the stuff that we're getting into right now is that it's a completely different ball game here. Like Joe Dirt's a story. This is just a fucking series of random shit, and and then a monster truck.
It's got so many little slow burners and like things that they found funny that it was very obvious they don't really care if you find funny or not.
Sure.
If
For
you do,
sure.
great. They're tucked in there. But if you don't, you don't even know that it's a joke that didn't land. Like that's really good writing because then you get away with it either way. Either people are stupid and don't get the joke and didn't even know it was a joke, or they get it and are laughing about it 2 scenes later. I thought it was great.
That's their comedy, though. Again, if you go back and you watch, like, actually, we talked about Kids in the Hall on 5 Questions. That's another one of those where if you get into that kind of shit, Upright Citizen Brigade, any of those sketch shows, like where like Saturday Night Live, to me, they're the masters. Everything's overt. It's like, hey, this is funny to everybody, and here's what we're presenting. They're the primetime players, right? They can't do a lot of shit to where like it doesn't matter if everything has to be funny. That's why they rehearse it so much and do test audience and shit. These sketch comedy shows didn't have to be like that. They could leave these things and leave these little time bombs. And this movie, again, I told Casey last night, I'm just like, man, I know if I watched this again, I probably wouldn't be able to breathe because there's so many little the shit that he is saying during those police chases and shit, and then and the shit that the police are saying and stuff, and just how they keep on the first one, they just keep running by that guy that's in this bathtub that is just so filthy and gross, and it just,
God, that's so nasty.
But it's such a odd exaggeration of real, police shows back in the day. And then when they finally find him and they're like, they go, all right, well, we can't find him, so I guess we'll just move on. And then they're like, we got you. And they turn over the Piggly Wiggly sign or whatever. And he goes, oh, hey man, I was sleeping. I don't even know which one's going on. And
this is my new house.
I live here first, and they built this one around me.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous, man.
Can a man sleep in his cabinet?
Oh my God, that one is great too. Where, all of the ones where they do the montage, which we'll talk about later. But she goes to visit him in jail, and he goes, "I've never heard this before." He goes, "Don't flip the bitch switch." I was like, "What the fuck? How am I 49 and never heard that before?" That's insane.
That's pretty good.
So she tells him, like, you got to find your talent and make something of yourself, and then Bob Odenkirk, everybody watching this has seen him in 1,000 movies. He does all of these bit parts, these character actor parts. He could be like an assistant or a boss or all that. He just pops up and shit, you know?
Breaking Bad, that's what I know him from.
Really? And I've never seen that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and he had a pretty good role in that, right?
Yeah, they even made another series, Better Call Saul, from his character.
Oh, and okay, is that all based on his character, Bob
Yeah.
Odenkirk? No shit. Wow.
And it
And he's-
might be better than Breaking Bad.
And
I
he's
couldn't
not
get hooked
funny,
on it.
right?
Ooh.
He's not
Oh.
funny in that, right?
I think he's funny. I think he brings a little comedy to the whole seriousness. At least
Yeah,
in
it's-
Breaking Bad. I don't know about Better Call Saul.
God, he's a
It's
really,
unintentionally
really
funny.
smart writer. Yeah. You know, if you look at his credits of just the stuff that he's done writing on and the things that he's produced and all that, he's responsible for so many funny things. It's like, you know, when I got the Willie Nelson anthology and it was like, what? He wrote that? He wrote that? He wrote that? Like Bob Odenkirk, if you went down the list of shit and you're just like, whoa, are you serious? He had something to do with that and he was in this. It just kind of keeps going. But the character that he plays here, where he invents the fooderator, is very Mr. Show. So Mr. Show is a sketch thing on HBO, as we've talked about. This skit is pretty much, you know, that's just right out of that textbook. And it absolutely destroys food and people. And I was so excited to see my buddy Brian Poisson right when he popped up. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is fucking great. And one time me and Chris, actually, this is the day before we did the London Bridge video. So if you want to see what I'm like when I'm really, really, really hungover and still kind of drunk and like literally doing a song that becomes a single somewhere for the first time, you can watch that. Go watch Bowling for Soup London Bridge. But that night before, we were out and we went and saw Steel Panther, and I was supposed to sing a song, but I went into the dressing room that night and I didn't know them yet. And Justin from The Darkness was in there, and I was just like, okay, well, that's the end of that deal. I guess I'll just go get shit faced. So we had our own little area or whatever, which is so stupid, but that's very LA. And with that area comes a lot of alcohol. And we see Brian, you know, and if you just look him up. But because if you don't know him, you do know him. He's been in so much stuff, and he just, you know, comedian and very, very funny. But he was completely sober and just kind of there to enjoy the show. And me and Chris had been drinking all fucking day, and basically we're just wanted to go and have a conversation with him about metal. And I have never seen someone that just completely uncomfortable and terrified of two dudes coming up. All he wanted to do was get the fuck out of there. Like, we were the fucking worst. We did end up getting a photo, but man, this poor guy wanted absolutely nothing to do with us. And it's not his fault. He wasn't being a dick.
Two people in this movie that don't want to be friends with you for sure.
Well, okay, so now I'm going to go to the second one. And that is Patton Oswalt. And here's what happened. We were doing the Jimmy Kimmel show, which we did 3 times. And this particular night, Patton Oswalt is one of the guests. And so he goes out there and he does stand up. And I, you know, being the voice of reason to everyone in the band and crew, and us having a not so good experience with Sarah Silverman because of our roadie the first time we were there. I'm just like, hey guys, let's just don't go up to him and do his bits. Don't fucking tell him that, you know, you like his jokes and like repeat a joke to him. Let's not fucking be those guys. I swear to God, this is a true story. So after your appearance on Jimmy Kimmel back in the day, you went to this, and actually, if you go back and do research, the audience used to be able to drink. Like, they had a bar for the audience. It only lasted like a few months, and they were like, okay, we're not going to do that. But the backstage was a fucking party. It was crazy. And there was a World Series baseball game going on, and they were all into it. And, you know, I literally sitting there talking to Jimmy Kimmel's parents, and, you know, you're just hanging out, and it's great. It's a good crowd. And man, we had played 2 hours ago, and I was real drunk. And I went up to Pat, and I'm just like, yeah, man, how's it going? And he's like, yeah, good. You guys are great. I'm like, yeah, man, big fans. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can sneak this beer into the movies later in my belly, because that's his doer's joke. And he just goes, oh yeah, that's real original. And he walked away from me. And I honestly have never been more humiliated in my life. And I don't know why I did it or why I said it or whatever. And that was however many years ago. That was High School Never Ends. So that was 2007.
I honestly am so embarrassed for you. I can't imagine anything in the world more humiliating than that. That is terrible.
It was terrible. And so I lived with that for many years.
You sure you can't think of anything?
I
Even
lived
after you
nothing
take off your basketball tank top.
Many years I lived with that, guys, until about 2 years ago. He liked one of my posts. And so I had, you get the Instagram in, like once they've liked something, when you send it, at least they will see it, whether they respond to it or not. And I go, hey man, funny story. And I tell the story to him and he goes, oh, I remember that. And he goes, but it's all good. Like, we were all in pretty bad shape that night or whatever. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. You just like gave me the out or whatever. And then I said something nice about his wife's novel and, or his ex-wife, or I'm sorry, his deceased wife's novel. And we moved on. So anyway, one person from this movie is still 100% terrified of me. And we should go to the next clip before something more embarrassing happens.
Hey, pretty mama. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Alright. How much for a suck off?
Oh! All right, you're under arrest.
What, you can't arrest me, you're a hooker.
Yeah, I'm undercover.
Well, then you shouldn't be hooking.
Come on, out of the car.
This guy, Ronnie Dobbs, he's been arrested on TV a bunch of times.
You're under arrest. Come on out. No, man, y'all need to arrest her, man. She's a hooker. Your police department is filled with prostitutions. Come on, come on. I ain't done nothing. We're not even. I didn't even get my suck off.
He's a true American hero, man.
You need to arrest the lady, is what I'm saying to you.
He should have his own show. Now that I'd watch.
Are we past the golden age of novelty, sexy T-shirts like Federal Booty Investigator, FBI?
I like to think they're coming back.
I wish they would. The Big Johnson's Casino, liquor up front, poker in the rear.
Dude, just the shit that he says is so unlike anything else. You know what I mean? Like you just, hey, y'all got a hooker. What does he say in your department? Y'all got a hooker.
Yeah.
What prostituters in your
that he keeps going back and forth. You can't arrest me. You're a hooker. She goes,
right,
no,
exactly.
I'm undercover.
Yeah,
then you shouldn't be hooking. It's circular reasoning at its finest. It's wonderful.
All right, so I do have to say a word that I would rather not say, but I do. This is from David Cross's stand-up. Wait, do you want to ask your question about comedians?
No, I didn't notice that Doug Benson was in that room.
Oh yeah, Doug Benson.
I didn't see
that. He in David Cross's stand-up that he did many moons back, he does this whole thing about going to a festival in Atlanta. And whether or not, and all he does is ask somebody if the line is to get the beers or to get the tickets to get the beer or the line from the beer. And the person just looks at him and just goes, I don't know, cigarette from England with a got on the end of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Maggots.
Nope. Okay.
They just say F slur in the hip lingo.
Okay.
now.
I don't know F slur. And so I love that he rekindles this in there because the guy walks out. Is this Tasty Liquors? I don't know F slur. And it's so abrupt and just like abrasive when he says it.
Well,
you know?
the earlier one, this is like, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do if I come back and you're still here? And he goes, I don't know. Go to the Schmaggot store and get a new mustache.
Yeah. So good.
And I understand why. Okay, so I was thinking about this in the car today because I kind of figured this would come up. I mean, obviously, it's a really, uncomfortable thing for your day-to-day life. But if you're framing somebody as a redneck idiot, there is really no better way to write the character than to throw in a few F slurs, and it just almost immediately like sets the bar,
lowers
as
their
an
level, and like
it sets your bar as a viewer as like, okay, this is obviously the lowest common denominator, and that's it. I mean, that's and it doesn't mean that the actor saying it is a bigot. It doesn't mean that the person who wrote the character that way is a bigot. It's the same as if I'm writing a movie about white supremacists and I want to write a character that's clearly racist. We all know how to write that character, and their language in a way to do that. I mean, it's easy enough, but it gets uncomfortable when you have to talk about it. But I mean,
not when this came out, though.
Not when this came out. It was fucking funny.
Get away with that shit, right? I mean, and that's the thing, right? We all have learned over the course of time that offensive words that seemed like it was no big deal to certain people, that that it seemed funny. It's just not fucking funny. And I say that I'm not guilty of saying certain things and certain phrases or whatever in my life that now I would fucking never say. Absolutely not. I mean, dude, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. And again, I think that changes the language. It changes the dialogue in movies. And, again, unless it's a period piece or some way that you fucking need somebody to be the worst human being in the world, that shit's going away, and it should, it really should. And that's just the way that it works. So that what? Yeah.
And look, I'm as, if it's not obvious after my 3 years on the show, I would think it would be obvious, but I'm as bleeding heart liberal snowflake crybaby about social issues as anyone could possibly be. And will never apologize for it. I think in our daily lives, being cognizant of the things that we say and do and the way that it might affect other people is an important part of our lives. But you're writing a movie with characters, with flawed characters, with, and so it doesn't quite bother me as much when I'm watching a movie. It never makes me feel like the writer has any ill will or any underlying prejudice or bigotry. It does not make me feel that way. It makes me feel like you've written a character for a specific purpose.
Yeah.
And,
I feel like most people...
I don't think writers who write characters who say "God damn" are necessarily blasphemous or intentionally trying to hurt Christians' feelings. I don't think, I just, and my God, what a terrible, we talk about comedians all the time, and what a terrible time to have to be a comedian performing stand-up and trying to be edgy and push the envelope as to what's funny. Yeah, what a terrible time to be a writer where everything that you write all of a sudden, has this additional view of not just outside of the script you wrote, but then now, you've got the, this extra set of eyes that, are picking through everything like with a fine-tooth comb,
not
how
even being
terrible.
edgy, not even being edgy, just being observant. And, like observational comedy, is such a huge thing. And, stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. But now when you call out a stereotype, it's, my God, well, that's going to hurt somebody's feelings, and I mean that about white people. Some of the funniest shit that me and Casey talk about all the time is I'll say something and she'll go, well, that's on that things white people say, website or whatever, where I'm just like, oh man, looks like we looks like we got here at the right time, whatever. It's just all shit, oh man, I filled up on bread. Those are things that white people fucking say.
I feel like a lot of this goes back to, kind of Dave Chappelle's new stand-up, and it's not really new for him to talk about, but a lot of people that might be, quote, offended by this language aren't offended. It's a whole bunch of white people that don't fit into that group that's supposed to be offended that gets offended on behalf of the people that should be offended, and it makes no
100%.
sense.
I'll give you the only example that I'll give you this, and then we probably should get off this topic because this is a little deep for this podcast. But I will say this: Casey's dad is dating a girl whose two best friends are gay, and those dudes are like the coolest dudes ever. And we have tons of gay friends, as you guys know. Like the majority of our friends for the first 4 to 5 years of our relationship were lesbians. I've been to a lesbian bachelor party. It was fucking great. I saw so many boobies. It was fantastic. But those guys, when you sit and have like a conversation with them about things and the things that everyone is getting in uproars about and this and this and this, they will just flat out tell you like, we're not mad about this. This is somebody else. We're stoked. Like we're going. And again, this is not a blanket conversation. I don't mean to get into certain issues. I'm backing up what Amy is saying and with this Chappelle thing of like, there's this group over here and you can obviously see something that could be a fucking cause. Well, then the Karens over here, these fucking, fucking rich white people are going to go, well, that's not right. Let's fucking make a thing about it. And, sometimes those groups are like, yeah, you know what? We were good. We were fine. Just chilling, and it is, it's a weird fucking time. It's a weird time that we all have to find something to be offended by. And if we can't be offended, we have to fucking figure out how we can be offended for somebody else,
Not me.
Fix something. Yeah. And, Amy, I was thinking about this while Eric was talking, actually. And I thought, more than once, have our trivia names like made people go, whoa, what the fuck? Like that's, and that's our comedy. And that's, the comedy that we do. And, some of the people around us, gasp and some of them don't, but it's just that's the humor that you and I have. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not a comedian, but I will say that it's sometimes even just being on stage as in Bowling for Soup, where banter is such a huge part of our show, where I'm like, fuck, man, like.
Well, you have to be a little bit more careful because you are involved in things that are affiliated with children's entertainment and stuff like that too. I mean, you could say one wrong thing and that's going to come back there. I think if you're just a comedian and you're a shock comic and that's what you're trying to do, I say it all the time. I think the worst thing you can do is a fucking apologize. I think that's how Anthony Jeselnik can. I think that's how Dave Chappelle can keep going. I think that's what fucking the hell is her name? Kathy Griffin did fucking wrong. I think if she hadn't come back and apologized, she'd still have a career. She doesn't because she said she was sorry.
I agree with you, but I go with the Jack Black philosophy of like that dude was doing Gulliver's Travels and Butt Baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, look, as far as
when they hire you, they know who they're getting.
They knew who they were getting. I haven't done the dirtiest or the most.
I'm not worried. Yeah, I'm just talking about I know what people that will come for you.
100%. But I will say this: the craziest shit I did was way before I got the job that I have.
For sure.
And but yeah, I mean, it's a shame, and I feel like as I say all the time, I wish George Carlin was here to explain it to us all, because I feel like we could all have more laughter in our lives if we could all just laugh at ourselves still. And unfortunately, it fucking hurts my feelings when you guys make fun of my small dick. And I don't like it.
You offended?
Yeah, because you're white.
Yeah, well, I mean, white people have small dicks. That's a fucking thing.
If we can't laugh at ourselves.
Not Justin Bieber, according to the conversation at my mom's house the other day.
Justin Bieber has a big honking wiener, man. It's like if that guy,
that must be why girls like him.
No, you know who is the biggest wiener ever? Is not ever, but like famous.
Don
wiener
Knotts.
No. Katy Perry's husband,
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom is like naked on a surfboard on the internet, and this thing, it looks like an oar. Like it looks like he's paddleboarding.
He's on a paddle.
Fucking hog.
But he's doing it with his. Casey's eyes just went like way up. Did you
I'm
see
not.
it?
I'm laughing at.
Oh my god! Fuck.
The first. That's not what I was.
I gotta get a dick implant, and I gotta get it now.
Are you saying I should Google this?
Yeah, I just wanted to look at it to see it again. I've seen this before, but I can't remember the.
Is it like a Freebird's burrito size?
Man, yeah.
That sounds
Oh,
delicious.
I forgot he's not American.
Like a monster?
Is it uncircumcised?
Yeah.
Is it really? See, that's what I think.
Then it really does.
I think they cut too much off. I really do. Like, I think they were like, oh, okay, I don't really like the way this looks. Let me take another crack at it. And just
like when you get a new barber who's trying to give you like a fade, and then they do one side, and it's a little weird. So
I've never had.
And they got
their own bangs.
Never had a fucking
Yes.
barber before. Man, I have more to talk about on this clip, but we should probably move on. I gotta pee again, guys. I am really sorry.
Go pee.
Do you want me to go pee and y'all hang out, or what are we doing?
Just take a little break.
Let's take a little break.
I'm
We'll
still
be right back.
Googling.
It's fun getting to the bottom of one. It's fun getting to the bottom of one. White Mountain Cooler, keeping it light, crisp and refreshing. It's got the taste that's always right. It's fun getting to the bottom of one.
Original and new orange. It's time for a credit card that gives you a better deal.
The Discover Card.
With the new Discover Card, you don't have to pay an annual fee. In fact, we pay you with money back on everything you buy. Money you can apply against your balance.
Always to find that right tomorrow. The Discover Card puts money in a whole new life.
From a member of Sears Financial Network. Look for more information in the mail or in national magazines.
Clint Eastwood and his son Kyle.
Boom.
They're stepping out.
You'd like to go down to Nashville with your old Uncle Red?
Living life on the edge. Passing down a legacy.
Gonna stay at the Grand Ole Opry?
And fighting for a dream.
I don't think you have any shells in that shotgun. Want to bet?
It's an unforgettable network television premiere.
That's the life of a country singer.
Honky Tonk Man. 1 week from tonight.
Why change a good thing? That's what I asked when Oldsmobile redesigned the Delta 88. Oh, then I drove it. Wait till you see how it handles. It's front-wheel drive, too. But inside, plenty of room to stretch. Our Delta 88 is the family car that didn't forget the family. Some things never change.
Borrow the car, Dad?
Some things never change.
6.9 financing on new Delta 88s. Finance rates will be higher as length of contract increases.
Irons are now Black & Decker. Travel line that goes in style. Keeping fresh press every mile. Black & Decker. A self-clean iron, you can't go wrong. Nothing else will work as long. Irons are now Black & Decker. And here's a line, if you leave it on, it goes beep, beep. And if you don't return, nothing's gonna burn, cause it turns itself off. GE Irons are now Black & Decker. Black & Decker.
SOS introduces a glass cleaner that really works. Glassworks. Glassworks made with vinegar instead of ammonia cleans better than Windex. New Glassworks with vinegar cuts through the toughest greasy smudges faster and easier, so there's less work for you. And everything you clean is shiny and streak-free. New Glassworks made with vinegar cleans with less work. Maybe it works too well.
You're a part of me. You'll be a catch-up. Touch the heart of me. You'll be a catch-up. Every single day and every way I feel how much you are a part of me.
Your cat's a big part of your life, so make Purina Cat Chow brand cat food part of his life. It's all the nutrition cats need to help them live healthier, happier lives. What's more, veterinarians recommend it most. Purina Cat Chow, part of a healthier, happier life.
Superman 3. Tonight's ABC Sunday night movie will continue in a moment.
2 years ago, ABC brought you one of television's most highly acclaimed dramas.
Daddy, he makes me have sex with them.
On Monday, the Emmy-winning Something About Amelia, parental discretion advised. And now, from the same producers, an extraordinary new movie for the whole family.
Why does God hate me?
If ever there was a hero, it was Alex. The more her prospects dimmed, the finer and stronger she became. Alex, the life of a child. Wednesday.
All right. So, oh, fuck. Well, shit. Well, how's everybody in the chat doing?
Just say what you need to say, and when he comes back, just go, well, so. And just act like you just did.
Yeah.
I know he does.
We're going to hear a tinkle.
Over to Jarrett for his pee-pee.
I have to pee-pee. I forgot to play that. Man, I should play more of
That's
this.
a good one.
Here's everybody's new favorite. Oh, God, that was wet.
I love that you accidentally were playing on the live podcast.
Accidentally.
No, I was doing that shit on purpose.
Well, and then the water was actually hitting the iPad. Didn't the water do the first Roadhouse by accident?
The water did the first Roadhouse, but the rest of it.
Oh,
was
really?
Me. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Give it to me, Daddy. What?
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 This is my favorite.
Aren't rednecks known for like having huge cocks?
So
Perfect movie for that.
Casey's over there nodding.
In a couple of years.
I've seen a couple of rednecks, a couple of big cocks.
In a couple of years, when his daughter's old enough to go back and listen to these, she's gonna have some questions.
Oh, she'll be fine. You know why?
Because I was the only one in there born with a pussy.
Because none of our kids will ever be as interested enough in us to fucking bother listening to this.
I thought about this
That is
the other
so
day.
true.
I literally thought about this the other day. I was driving home and I was like, God, I've got now 5 podcasts. I've been in 1,000 bands. I've featured on all this shit. Nobody is gonna fucking go back and like, you know what I'm gonna do? Go back and listen to great grandpa's bullshit, for a while. I don't even know. This isn't my legacy. This is my Monday night.
It'll be like if you, but only like let's say you tragically die, and they're like, I just want to go back and hear my father's voice one more time, and it's just
Right.
like, oh, for the love of God, I didn't want to hear any of that.
So this weekend, Amanda was cleaning the bedroom, and I just walked in, and I looked at the TV. I was like, "You watching Soup?" And she looks up. She goes, "Oh, I forgot they're in this movie." Like, I walked in right when the Cursed was on.
Oh,
Like,
Cursed.
right-
That's
like,
very
she
good.
Just started it.
1 degree of separation from some people and shit. Well, hope you had a nice piss, Eric.
It was a poop, but it was fine.
Oh, okay, well that makes sense. Now, the only thing that I wanted to say was that one thing that I thought was funny was that he had the biggest hot dog in the world, and he goes, "Well, I got a surprise. What? There's a bigger hot dog?"
Bigger hot
And
dog.
he pulls him up to the house. He says, "Man, I don't like museums." And then they go in, and he just goes, "Oh man, this is great and all, but it's going to take me a while to fuck it up." Now, so as I said, just the the cameos they've got in this: Gary Shandling, Scott Ian, my bandmate from the charity thing that I did a few years. The Goldberg dad, Jeff something or other, right? Jeff Garland, Stamos, and at the same time when what's her face was still a Stamos.
Rebecca Romijn.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos was still a Stamos. Kathy Griffin before cancellation. You know, she's back by the way.
And the beer girl.
So when he looks at her, he just goes, oh, okay, wait, that's after the next thing. Go to the next clip, Sean.
His name's Chow Chow, and he's here on behalf of the Make Your Last Wish Foundation. Picture! Peyton!
Ronnie Dobbs! Ronnie Dobbs!
Hey, Chow Chow, what's up?
I'm sad.
Oh, why's that?
The doctor says I need special shoes for my fat feet so I can be like a normal kid and run and play.
Well, hey, kiddo, no more tears, because Uncle Ronnie Dobbs is here. Tell you what I'm gonna go out in this world and I'm gonna get everything I can get. I mean, I'm gonna be rich, super rich. I mean, I'm gonna be spending money like a chimp in a beat-off contest.
Yeah?
Hey, don't interrupt me now.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm gonna get 1,000 pairs of special shoes. Put them in a big old pile and just burn them all.
Mr. Ronnie.
Hey, don't interrupt me. I done told you once. Now don't.
So sorry. No interrupt.
I'm gonna go out and get a diamond crystal speedboat, and I'm gonna paint it gold. I'm gonna get so much pussy. But don't worry, I ain't gonna leave you out, okay? You gonna get some. I'll get you laid. Don't worry about that. What kind you like? That's a tough one. Don't answer yet. Save it. Okay. Then I'm gonna find the dude what makes special shoes and pay him not to make special shoes. Yeah. How about that?
Ow.
Damn, look at him.
Again, that's sketch
like
comedy.
a monkey in a beat-off contest.
Oh,
I lost my shit during that scene. I'm so glad that you pulled it.
Because I got big.
So sorry.
Well, Scott Thompson, and so this is our second guy, I think, so far from because I skipped one. But if you guys ever got into Kids in the Hall, which the bits you would know are crushing you. I'm crushing you. You know, how can you be walking around while I'm crushing your head? You know, I'm talking. Yep, exactly, crushing your head. And what's funny is that that's one of those things that show installed into culture that probably most people who do that joke don't know where it came from.
I knew where it came from.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Good.
Because of my mom.
Not a girl.
Well, I like the Kids in the Hall bit when little nephew finally confronts uncle and says, I want to talk to you about what happened when I was 5. And the uncle's like, what? And he goes, about the molestation. And the uncle's like, I never molested you ever. And he goes, I know. Was I not cute enough? You know? And just really tears him a new one about how he never took the opportunity to molest him. And the uncle's just sitting there like, what the fuck?
When Scott comes, and what's funny about this is the Scott Thompson character on there was really gay, and you know they would play that up or whatever. They have one episode where they're just like, "Hey guys, I need to talk." Hey, Scott's not gay anymore. They're like, "What?" Hey, yeah, seriously, Scott's not gay anymore, and they have this whole episode about trying to figure out why Scott's not gay anymore.
Why was he not gay anymore?
Well,
probably because he leaked some information.
I think that's what happened. He leaked some information from the CD cabinet, code red, and they're having a meeting. They're like, guys, numbers are up. More people doing this, but you know what?
Yeah, tell our leak to get back in the closet.
Yeah, back in the closet, ladies.
You guys like, what about this? What about this? What about this skin flute?
Right. Oh my God. All of those jokes. Oh man, that's the one thing we missed from the last clip was when he went up to him, he's just like, no, but seriously, I really want to pack your shit. Like fill in all the little holes, like, he like, because he's up on that ladder or whatever, and they do just like, man, I think you got the wrong guy. Anyway,
so come get this guy, arrest this guy.
This thing is so funny because they start doing, oh fuck, I wish I'd have written all that down, and I didn't because I thought I remember, but I didn't. But it's like back in the closet, like, and the skin flute thing's so funny. But he's walking through the party, he just goes, cardboard beer girl, and then she's just like,
there's just flames behind her.
And this is what, again, this is, to me, I want to keep going back to it because this is why I don't think they're comparable movies. This is such a different movie than Joe Dirt. Right here in this conversation where she's just like, is that a beer in your pocket? Or you just got to say, oh, well, no, that's a hard on, and she's like,
you did this to me.
You did this to me, like, well, do you want to do this one? Well, actually, no, I think I want to just stick this inside your whatever. Oh, you want to show me the bedroom? How about we just go fuck?
And we get a very awesome music video.
Yeah. Oh my God, the boy band.
Oh, that was so good.
So fucking good. And normally, to me, those things are a departure that I'm just like, okay, whatever. But this
just
was
like the
fucking
vagina act, like the adjectives, like your thoughtful vagina, like it was like.
It reminded me of a cross between obviously the Dick in the Box setup from Saturday Night Live, and it reminded me of Flight of the Conchords and some of the music videos that they do.
And Flight of the Navigator.
And it reminded me of Flight of the Navigator, but I mean, if I'm being honest, almost everything reminds me of that movie.
Yeah, I get it. 100%. Well, they get into the whole can't stop thinking about Tammy, but then the two dudes are floating in the pool, and he's telling him like this. Here's my problem. He goes, "I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anybody, but I don't really have a British accent." It's like, oh my God, you weren't born in Great Britain or whatever. Oh no, I was just born without an accent.
I am so glad they addressed the accent because it was driving me crazy.
Oh, it's so funny because it's bad. It's supposed to be bad, right?
So bad. Yeah.
Well, I know. I kind of wish that we would have got a little taste of his non-accent, like in a moment of.
I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
To where then he has to like snap back into it when other people are around or something, but no, we didn't get that payoff.
No, but we did get. We got this. Talk about a montage. I told Casey, I said, man, it sucks that everybody's not coming in because we had so many cool opportunities for take one on this. Every rose has its thorn being the montage. There's so many good songs in this. That song that Rhett Miller did at the end would have been great.
I think fighting.
Go ahead.
I mean, I would have chose Fightin' Fat Kid if it was up to me.
So good.
Oh, that was so good.
I've seen this movie 100 times, and because we watched this like subtitle, like I'd never fucking noticed that before.
I have to tell you that to me, the best part of the entire movie, because I just absolutely would have never seen it coming, was Mandy Patinkin as Ronnie Dobbs in Ronnie Dobbs the Musical. And for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, he is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepare to die. But he is also this insane Broadway actor. He's in that, what's the fucking Claire Danes thing where he's in that shit. Anyway, this dude is like Tony Award, Emmy Award winning, just crazy. But this, he's pretty young here.
Homeland,
that's what it was.
That was a good show.
And he has this crazy like Broadway voice, and there he is. And
it's so good.
It's so good, and it's ridiculous. And then he walks up and
brutalizing.
No, that was shite. And he goes, "You're right. I think he should be naked because this is a beautiful moment. And then he's just naked doing the same thing. And it's so insane and funny. And just the fact that they got him to sing that from a serious, I mean, his voice is crazy. Like, this dude's voice is fucking unbelievable. Like, it's not.
I had no idea. I know who Mandy Patinkin is from Princess Bride mostly, but you know, I don't know enough of his body of work to know that he's a Tony Award winning actor.
Oh yeah. This dude, Broadway guy. And but he has that kind of voice that when you're watching him sing, you're like, can anybody do this anymore? You know, like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, is this just gone forever now? Or are there people that are like, okay, we've got to keep this going. I'm going to learn to sing like this fucking this way so that it's still
about that. Like, in a couple of ways. First is like the three tenors with Andrea Bocelli and Pavarotti. Like, do people go to school for like operatic singing, you know, that kind of thing?
They do.
And then I think about it.
It was like it was.
I had a friend that was in school and he was like a opera dude.
Every once in a while, like on AGT and stuff, like an opera person will pop up.
I think it's just the difference between fucking LA and New York. You
Casey
know what
and
I think like there's just people on different sides of shit that are
Casey and I were walking through New Orleans one time. It's a true story. And this like just chubby Jack Black motherfucker in like a trench coat was just singing this opera, and he was all by himself, and we're walking by, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like that's fucking crazy, right? Well, a few hours later, we walk by, and he's in a different spot, and he has stopped traffic because there's so many people they're gathered to listen to this guy or whatever. And he's just standing there on the curb and just belting out this crazy stuff. Right. And then the next day we saw him in another place, and it's just kind of like another different, but I mean, this guy's got to be making 6 figures a year just doing this on the streets of New Orleans, because it was so surprising that you're just like, take my $20, you know, to add to your 6 figures. I don't know how many times that more than I do. But you need it more than I do, right? But no, I mean, I don't, you know, who knows? I mean, look, I think here's the answer. Is opera still a thing? Do people do that? Yes. Ballet? I mean, that rich people like that shit.
I literally just had lunch like just recently, and I was like, well, I like to do this. And she was like, I like to go to the ballet and operas. And I was like, I've done neither of those things.
Yeah. I don't have.
I feel like I would be very bored at the opera.
Oh my fucking God. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. And I hope that Casey doesn't kill me for saying this.
You don't like whenever I perform in the opera?
We went to see Phantom of the Opera, and it was kind of cool for like a little while, but then it is boring as fuck.
Why would I kill you for that? We made all the jokes. And
my God, I was so ready to get out of there. It was fucking
I don't
terrible.
think that's the opera they're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
About going to the opera.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's like what we think is the opera.
I'm trying to say that's low level, right?
Yeah.
Like that's saying like, I'm going to go to a punk rock show and going to see Bowling for Soup. You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
I think it's pretty close.
I see this.
Awful. It was terrible.
I saw an advertisement for this, festival. These music festivals where a bunch of bands are playing.
Yeah.
And why the fuck do Sum 41 and some other like-minded band get to play that thing, and you guys aren't playing it? That's a bunch of baloney.
We weren't offered that thing, but that's okay. I mean, honestly, they're probably getting them in this market at a better rate than what we would need to charge them.
They're Canadian
in this particular market. But you know what? I mean, I'm actually stoked about that show. He's talking about the So What Festival. I'll give them a plug here. The So What Festival, man, they announced the lineup today. It is so crazy good. My good friend Mike Zemer is the promoter of this, and this all started with this kid. He was just this kid who did this South by So What thing for bands who needed either a place to stop on the way to South by Southwest or that couldn't get into South by Southwest. And it's turned into a 3-day festival with crazy fucking headliners and 6 stages and all this. So I saw that today too, but to be honest, that's not something we would have done anyway. We might have got offered it actually. But that's not in our plan. Our plans are good, and maybe we'll do it the following year. But man, I hope I get to go hang out. It's
fuck you, Black Bear.
All my buds are on there. It is kind of funny to say. I mean, I will say that Black Bear is listed first on the pop punk area, and then Simple Plan and Sum 41, and I just like, okay, I'm certain that guy is huge and that he's kicking ass and stuff, but man.
So if you read
now,
fine print.
Yeah. They're not there.
Yeah,
it's all
weird.
Yeah, it's all weird. But
well, I'm going to see 2 Chainz and Waka Flocka Flame. That's all I know.
Jive Records, man. That's a good show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, I root for everybody. I root for people. That's what I do. I fucking root.
I get mad on other people's behalf. So
Why are you mad that I'm not on a? It's not like I have trouble getting shows. I'm just not on that particular show.
I just don't think it's fair.
You're exactly who Dave Chappelle talks about.
They just listed them alphabetically.
Did you just goddamn fucking get mad about a show that I? Look at his face.
I already mailed a letter to the guy.
What a great bit. What a great
bit,
dude.
Dear dickhead.
This advertisement.
I hope this letter finds you well.
My friend's
band that I didn't even know he was in until 2.5 years ago after I had already known him for a year.
Jesus Christ.
You've got AIDS.
Oh yeah, Chad Tepper's.
That's what I told him. If you don't have AIDS already, Dr. Dipshit, I hope you have it now.
Maybe I'll go to the Chad Tepper show and do my song that I wrote
and 10K cash. It's just and it's just all the people you've just done shit with the last year.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, little Darky is playing and Booby Ludovelli.
I think Jarrett and I just did the same face at the same time.
Yeah,
gay fuck.
I love that restaurant.
Flock.
Shit a brick.
Yep.
Travis
Peanut
McCoy.
Doo-doo. That's a fucking good name for an album, actually.
That Peanut Doo-doo is.
No, it's not.
Peanut, but you spell it PEENUTDOODOO. Peanut Doo-doo. That's a fucking good name. But I can't do it because people are like, oh, fucking Green Day did Dookie fucking 30 years ago. Fucking
And now you can't talk about poop ever again.
Now I can never talk about poop. And those guys don't even talk about poop. I actually talk about farting and shit. They don't talk about any of that shit.
God, this whole thing looks so boring.
What does Ronnie want?
I think I got it. I want to love people. And I want people to love on me. And I want pecan pie. I want angels to make me that pie. I want angels to make me that pie so good. And I want whipped cream and strawberry.
I'll tell you what I want.
Perry, I thought you was in New York.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think a lot of things about New York. I want...
Hey, he didn't pay.
It's $1,500 to say what you want.
Stuff it! I want the old Ronnie back. Tanya and Kyle tell me you've become a vegetarian and you haven't drank with them in weeks.
Oh, hey, Tanya, Kyle, fucked up dog. Oh, hey, Clay. Hey, sorry about that spinal thing.
It's okay, Ronnie. I was drunk too.
That bit, I swear to God, it gets more
This
crazy,
scene
just as good.
Is us as a cast when we walk in on a random Tuesday night to do a podcast and you say, yeah, guys, I'm going to take it easy tonight. I'm not going to drink or anything. And then we're just like, here, drink this. Have have this one beer, and then everything's right as rain.
Wheels come off, and you're here until midnight. Right now, I got you at 10:30, and we're already in the middle of. We got 2 more clips. You're golden. You're the golden child right now.
I wasn't complaining.
I understand that, but I also know that when you say shit like that, you sort of mean it.
No, not at all. I was saying we try to
100%.
encourage you to drink more.
I encourage me to drink more.
Yeah, I encourage her
to do it.
Sometimes we encourage each other to drink. So, it all very. You know what? Everybody in this room has encouraged everybody else in this room to drink more, except Sean.
True.
You got encouraged to drink more, or you encouraged somebody else to drink more? Get your microphone, dum-dum. We charge that thing every fucking
Tell
week.
everybody
Okay,
both,
man,
but with the hard L, like you said.
I was saying I had a beer earlier.
I was saying he did have a beer tonight, guys.
If all 3 of us do it, we don't know who's the real me.
Both.
Oh,
Both?
that's true.
Both.
Both. What are you gonna say?
I already said it.
You said it.
What?
I said I had a beer.
I know, 1 beer. I didn't tell you to do that.
Are you talking about both of these?
Okay, turn your mic back off. All right, so Jeff Goldblum is fun, and I loved that whole thing where he goes around the room and who was that comedian that was that girl in 24? Is that who that is?
Which girl was it?
And
She was in something.
She has a comedy special out now, I think.
Yes, she was in 24.
And she has a comedy special out now.
Mhm.
And she did this thing. I know this because I'm on Instagram. She did a full comedy show in her garage.
She's in Dude, Where's My Car?
No audience. Anyway, she's got a
She's
good
one
rep.
of the Zoltans.
I don't think so.
Zelmina.
Oh, is she one of the Zoltans?
I don't know who the fuck's Zelmina.
That's interesting. So what's her name?
Mary Lynn
Oh, I said Mary. I wrote down Mary Lynn. Crazy. Jeff Goldblum is so good here, though, because he's like, I want my money back, and I want to have angels give it to me, and a gnome and a hobbit or an elf, sleep at the foot of my bed, and because he's fucking with them, right? It's really, really funny. I thought that was a good touch to just have like
But I want my money back.
But he still want my money back. I thought that was fun. But yes, this is what happens. They basically they show up to get him. They give him some beers, and he starts to drink. He goes, "Oh man, I got my beer goggles. I can see clearly now."
You're trying to tell me that doesn't sound like you?
Right. And then
I had a friend that we couldn't, whenever we go out, she gets super dressed up and she would always wear these like fucking sky high stilettos, which I am just always been like a flat footed bitch that wears flats and I can't handle it. And I go, I don't know how the fuck you do that. We're gonna be walking up and down the street all night, like, hooking and doing whatever we had supposed to do. And she just go, it's fine. You just got to get your feet drunk. And I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. And then she'd wobble around like a baby and she'd get drunk. All of a sudden she's dancing and running around. Just got to get your feet drunk.
Man, tequila makes her clothes fall.
Anytime I did have to wear a 1.5 inch kitten heel that looks like a fucking Walmart princess shoe that I can barely walk in. If I get my feet drunk, I can do it.
I love that you're just out there hooking.
I just said walking the street,
hooking.
and I went ahead and said the joke before one of you guys.
You have to do that on this show anyway, So
hook, prostitute myself.
Yeah,
100%.
So this fucking scene with Jack Black on the roof doing the kick to the cunt is just so good. And the fact that they do the whole thing and then he just goes, yeah, I mean, it was actually cut for time, not content. Like, this is part of Mary Poppins in the first place. Oh,
I wish you guys could have done that for a take one.
Yeah, I agree. I think we owe. Maybe we should do a stage it at some point and do some of these missing ones that we should have done. Now, Ronnie is taken in. Finally, they get back to home, and he's got to either be electrocuted or injected. And he
or
goes, I tried to get him to let me. I tried to let him get me jump out of a fiery airplane into a shark tank full of poisonous razor blades.
It's like, no, we don't have to do that.
Yeah, we can't let you
can't
do that.
Oh
Right?
yeah, they're just gonna electrocute me.
Yeah, they're just gonna electrocute me. And then it's just like, all right, man, I'll see you in hell. Hey, do something bad so I can see you in hell.
Yeah, don't have to worry about that.
Man, so good. So fucking good. Jonathan, take us to clip 5.
Good evening. We have confirmed reports that the son of Governor Hark Trellis has been kidnapped. The kidnappers have demanded the immediate turnover of TV superstar Ronnie Dobbs. We now go live to
That's it! Shut up, you illiterate butty beans! Get him out of here! Out the door, through the window! Get him out of here! Out of here! Unhand me, you Harry Hill folk! I'm trying to watch this!
The lucky boy, unlucky boy, is being held hostage by approximately 4 gentlemen. Gentlemen? No, try terrorists. Stupid tongue, sorry. 4 terrorists who are demanding the release of a prisoner named Ronnie Dobbs from Georgia's death row, a swank, luxurious place of enchantment. What did I just say? This tongue of mine, it's all twisted up.
Man, so I realize it's downplayed, and I get that most people didn't listen to, but the reporter is
got me so bad.
Fucking funny. I mean, like, and every time he's on, it's so fucking good. And again, God damn it, I'm beating a dead horse like I'm in Yellowstone, but
they don't do that.
They don't do that. Yeah,
they're very
you're
kind
right.
horses.
No, those are yeah, you're right. But that sketch comedy, right? I mean, that character probably existed on that show, and it makes sense. But man, some of that shit where he just yeah, and it's did I say that? Okay, hold on. Oh, terrorist. I meant
and
terrorist.
this lucky boy.
Yeah,
unlucky boy. But
I feel like I just need to figure out a way
spanks
to
his
unhand me, you Harry Hill folk, like in some normal
so
day to day.
Fucking good. The governor, he's the governor now, right? Or is he the sheriff now? Yeah, he goes, let my son go and shoot yourselves in the head. You know, I didn't get a name like Tough by or what was it? Oh, I didn't name fuck. Shit.
I didn't get the nickname or like Tough on Crime for loving my son.
Crime. Yeah, by caring about my son. And the kids listen to all that shit, right? You know?
Yeah, well, then the kid starts a little ass kicking.
Yeah, he does. Well, before then, now we all recognize that voice, right? And we had seen that guy. He's from Saving Silverman. He's from the guy
Full
from
Metal Jacket.
Full Metal
Oh,
Jacket.
that guy, yeah.
Who, if I'm not
fall
mistaken,
through a water hose.
if I'm not mistaken, that guy's a real drill sergeant. Is that right?
That's Bob
He's
Ross.
real dead.
Who became an actor to play in Full Metal Jacket, but he's done a lot of comedy.
I have an ear
Okay,
out.
the Full Metal Jacket that I saw was way different.
Yeah. Oh, you saw JACK IT. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the
and
sound
just as hot as the original. But
man, my fucking joke was
got him.
Okay, go ahead. With what you were saying.
No, that was it. I didn't recognize him from that movie.
No, anyway, he was on that Survivor thing, and then you recognize his voice from the deal. And anyway, apparently these cannibalistic game show people are pissed because the network pulled their show, as soon as Ronnie Dobbs got on there. So
they were pretty quick to just give up on their fucking demands and eat the kid.
He goes, "We had to make a goddamn canoe out of the fat guy."
It's like they just packed us up and left us there. It's like, yeah, I could use a snack.
God, it's so fucking funny, man. Well, I'm not sure. I think definitely the top 5 laughs of the whole thing is where he's just like, man, I don't know which way to go with this or whatever. And you think he's like a deep in thought, and it's for his last meal. And it's like lobster, steak, yada, and then it's just like waffles, cross out, corn dogs, cross out, waffles, crossed out, corn dog. Okay, waffles.
Well, he gets out and he's still mad about those waffles. He didn't.
He's like, "Where are my waffles?"
You know what's fucking crazy to me is that I don't actually remember how good waffles are until I have them. And then I just don't eat them for a long time.
Yeah, it's weird that like there's just people out there that just eat waffles often.
Yeah, I mean, god damn, they're so good. I don't know why I don't just eat waffles.
There's like the household like that's like the rom-com family where like there's like an entire breakfast spread on the table every morning.
Every time.
And the kid comes down, puts something on his plate, takes a sip of orange juice, then leaves.
Yeah, and they go right to the bus.
They never fucking eat the food.
No, nobody ever eats any of that shit.
That mom kills everybody in that house one day.
I know. And that's every television show too.
Mhm.
Like, it's so frustrating. Just eat the fucking stuff. God, it's such a breakfast. There's so many things you could take with you too. You know, you can
fucking wrap up a bagel. Why'd be weird about it?
Yeah, you could take a waffle. You could wrap up half the breakfast in a waffle, make a breakfast sandwich, put it in a paper towel, or as Eric would say, a paper towel, and just head to the bus stop.
But if you're not hungry, you could just stop and get a Coke.
Oh, sometimes people just drive through and have a Coke. Now, this kid does start doing some Matrix shit, and that song "Ass Kicking Fat Kid" is so fucking good.
But you got that he knows it because of that video game he's playing all the time, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And he's like, you're never gonna learn nothing playing those video games all day.
And he gets him free play the whole time, and he figured it out. Yeah. Well, this is where we get going here. He goes, the United States Marine Corps taught me to kill a man in 6 seconds before they kick me out. Let's get it on, sweetheart. And he's got to fight him. And anyway, the kid beats the shit out of him, hits his dad in the throat with a shotgun butt, and just goes, I got demands of my own. So Ronnie gets a pardon. And so when he comes out, as Eric said, he's just like, hey, man, I didn't get my waffles. But this is the kind of shit that makes this movie funny, that is super hard to just write down dialogue. So I wrote this down when he goes, he's like, oh man, hey, what are you doing here? And the guy goes, well, I'm just here to pick up one man. He goes, well, fuck that guy. Give me a ride. And then
all of the cluelessness.
I know, that's what makes it funny. And then Tammy shows up and he goes, well, I found myself in a shit pickle. And anyway, so you know what? They made an agreement. They made a new show called Ronnie Dobbs Gets Rescued.
But he's not having any of it.
No, that's the thing. He doesn't want to get rescued. Let's go to the last clip.
Hey, Terry. Looks like you got your truck lowered. Tammy, is that you? You look glamorous.
I'm a regular Hollywood trophy wife.
You are. Thank you for loaning me your husband.
Well, as long as he's not getting arrested, it's okay by me.
Hell, I feel like I'm ready to party. I got loans to steal.
Haha. All right, Clay. I heard that.
Uncle.
Oh, hey, little dude.
You never guessed. I got my special shoes.
I don't give a goddamn. Come on, Chow. Come on, y'all. Let's have us a champagne jam.
Champagne.
Do it. Hey, let's party. For real this time.
Okay, we're up, everybody.
Hey, Ronnie, you ain't got a hair on your ass. You don't give us the gas.
Slow down. Too fast, Uncle. Uncle Ronnie, too fast.
Dog, that was a nasty right turn.
You guys okay?
Hey, y'all all right?
Uncle Ronnie, you broke my special shoes.
Oh man. Oh God.
So
it's
that's
it's
definitely
so-
David Cross's voice of the little Asian kid, right?
Yeah.
Little Chow Chow.
They have this on Mr. Show. They have this little kid that's like just all burned up and burned. It's the craziest looking it's fucking crazy looking, and like that's his voice. And he gets excited. and
Oh
his legs-
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? And
Yes.
his legs start kicking and shit. And so I think this is a play off that to make it, more more like into an actual movie, because the guy's like on live support and he gets excited. He's just like really burned, and it's fucking crazy. But very, very funny. I gotta say, Casey, what a great pick. This movie made me laugh. This podcast has been really, really fucking funny and fun. And man, I honestly, I'm glad we bought this. We had the choice to rent the movie for $2.99 or buy it for $4.99. I'm glad we bought it because I'd actually like to watch this again. Again, not working and stuff. And I actually haven't told the band that we watch this, and I'm curious to see what they think. So what a great one. Anything else to add on that scene before I go around the room? All right, Eric, look, here's the thing. I'm going to admit, I thought you would hate this, and I'll tell you why. You don't like anything that's actually funny.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah, and so I'm very curious to hear what you thought of this movie at the end here, and let's get your review. Let's go.
Okay, this movie is okay, but I laughed the entire time, just like I do in Dude, Where's My Car, which is another not that great movie that I laugh the entire way through. So I thought this was fucking hilarious. Now, one member of this cast tried to poison the well before I got a chance to watch it and sent me a text. It's like, this is one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen in my life. And
I know who that is.
In my mind, I'm going into it like, oh God. And I will say, the couple of times that I've talked to Casey about it, like, what are we watching? Run, Ronnie, Run. What is it again? Oh, it's got David Cross and Bob Odenkirk. And I'm like, well, I love those guys. So on one hand, I'm going into it like predisposed to like it because I like both of those guys from multiple things. On the other hand, I've got someone telling me that it's one of the shittiest movies they ever saw. And so
can it be both?
it can, and that's okay. So here's the deal. If I were gonna try to recommend this to somebody, it's just like, do you have 90 or 86 minutes to kill and you want to laugh your ass off? Then watch this movie. And if you don't want to laugh your ass off for less than an hour and a half, then don't. What the fuck do I care? But I thought it was really, really funny.
Yeah. Gosh, that's crazy. I wonder who it was that texted you. Let's go next to Amy, who again, I was a little bit on the fence. I honestly thought you would find the humor in this, but I could have seen how you might not think this movie was funny. Let's go.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty funny. I didn't laugh my ass off the entire time. I thought it was good. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was bad. I wish that I could have watched it with Derek, though, because I watched it here in my dungeon. And I think that's usually when it makes something better, is watching it with him, because he'll usually find something funny. I think it's funny that he thinks it's funny, and it just kind of snowballs. But I might go back and rewatch it with him, because I think he would think it's really funny.
I think you would too, for sure. Casey, this is your pick, babe.
So I think with a lot of the movies that I pick, especially lately, because we've done 9 billion episodes and we've been doing this for like 13 years now, apparently. But I think sometimes I just want there to be a movie that I used to watch a lot that I'd like y'all to fucking see, because I know you haven't. I think it's just one of those things to put on somebody's radar, and now it's like in your pop culture catalog forever. This movie, I'm glad we rewatched it. It did hold up. I mean, the second it started, Jared was like, "Are you already smiling?" Because it was so nostalgic for me, like because I was a fucking 7th grader I mean, I have a friend that I will just shout out named Clayton Davis, who literally shaped my entire fucking humor, I think, in middle school, because he was the kid that just knew all the movies already. He knew everything.
I don't know, Clayton.
He fucking knew everything. So he would just be like, "You've never seen this movie? You have to watch it." And we watched all, Freddie Got Fingered and this, and like he had the older sibling, and he just had all these DVDs and shit that we weren't allowed to watch. And because it had South Park humor, it was funny still because it was so funny whenever I was a kid. I'm glad we watched it, and I don't know.
It'd be funny also to go back and watch those Mr. Show episodes and like have those in your memory bank and then go watch the movie or whatever, but definitely not necessarily. I feel like it was good. Sean isn't even picking up the microphone where it's obvious you sent the text to Eric.
Yeah, but he left out a bunch of stuff.
Okay, well, fill us in.
I wasn't even done with the movie yet.
Okay.
I was maybe 30 minutes in, and I texted him.
And it's not a fucking cinematic magic.
Hang on. I knew nothing about this movie. I didn't know it came from a show. I didn't know any of that stuff until after I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent him the text. I was like, okay, there's a really fucking funny music video. I died laughing, and that was the sex one, the boy band.
Right. That was the sex text. You guys were sexting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other part came in. Obviously, I love the pool scene because I love Scott Thompson. Then the other music video, I'm like, oh my God, are there more of these?
Right.
So I loved the music videos. And yeah, obviously, Chow Chow, those parts were funny. It got better, but I still thought it was like a bad. The only I could compare it to was a bad Joe Dirt. At the end, that's when I started researching like for my trivia questions, and I found out it was a show and all that. And I was like, shit, I wonder if I should have watched the show, if that would have helped. When I sent him that initial text, yes, I thought this was the fucking worst movie we have ever done. But then afterwards, I was like, man, maybe I do need to watch it. Maybe I need to watch a couple episodes of the show and then rewatch the movie. So I'm open to it.
That interesting point. If, had you never seen Reno 911, no, is that it? Reno 911, and then watch that movie without any context, would you get it?
That movie was a piece of shit, though. But I get what you're saying.
Oh my God, I love that
what you're
fucking
saying.
movie. Let's goddamn do that movie. That show's back.
No,
I'll watch the shit out of that.
I definitely
movie.
didn't go into this movie thinking like 100% everyone's gonna love this. I was like 50-50 split. I'm surprised, Eric, that you liked it. I really am. I mean, maybe like the take, the videos and stuff. Amy, you're a toss up, like Jared always says. Like your humor is so random.
Yeah,
and sometimes there's things that you love, things that you could compare, and you'll like one and don't like the other.
It's also like where she watches the movie and with who, whatever. She watches a lot of stuff by herself, and I think that to me, I don't think, especially comedy movies, are as good by yourself. Because again, I've said this 1,000 times on this show. I don't laugh out loud when I'm by myself at anything. I mean, it takes so much to make me actually laugh out loud.
You laugh on the toilet all the time.
Okay, but again, I'm watching. Okay, well, that's different. That's watching Donnie Baker. Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker. But I will say that the music here, like him, we didn't even talk about him just breaking into the song randomly, like something to sell,
I wondered if everybody panicked at that point. Like, is this a fucking musical?
And honestly, I could see it being that, which would have been even funnier. But well, you know what, Sean? Good job sticking with it and letting it work itself out. What a great pick. I hope some of you audience members love this movie, and that this is something that we've added to your enjoyment of it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Maybe listen back to this and tell us what did we miss? Because I will 100% go back and watch this movie again. As I said, I haven't told Bowling for Soup that I watched this I'm certain that Chris Burney is going to be like, "But you should have fucking watched that a bunch of years ago," and then fuck with me about it. So we'll see what happens. I'll fucking screenshot it if he does. Eric, here's the important thing. How can people connect with us?
They can go on the internet.
Okay, I thought you were going to be like, "Well, I'm glad you asked," and then do like the thing where you're like, podcast. But that's
well, I
fine.
was. I just thought you would
Thank
play
you
along.
for
but
sharing,
instead-
Shifty Novak, Mickey Fournay, Emily Ebbing. Let me take that again. Emily Ebbing, Jason Winstanley, Christopher Daniel Heaton, Jared Mealy, Russ Kirkpatrick. You could get your ass kicked just like one of those stupid Limp Biscuit bastards. Robert Howell, Joey Anthony, Heidi Bastain, Woody Chambers, Greg Lee, Joey Bishop, Annie Rection.
That's pretty good.
Oh man.
So okay, so I added that that one I added later, but I was like, most of these shares came from that Spider-Man post, and I'm like, some of these names are very questionable. I was like, I'm just gonna leave them all real.
God, that Spider-Man post was so good, by the way. God damn it. Let's see. Any erection. David Kendrick, Chris Pulse, Simon Rogers, Barry Ferguson, Clay Baker, Kyle Ashton Ingram, Robert Howell, Jay Palladino. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to this podcast. We are called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. This has been a great time. We'll see you in 2022, which is down the road.